Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to one of your favorite streams that, as you guys know, I couldn't do last week because I was out and about buying a suit. Everyone knows. Yeah. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, please hit the like button, subscribe. But just a little bit late because of the StreamYard thing. You know, one day I'm just so sick and tired of the StreamYard crap. 700 megabytes per second and my virtual camera is lagging. Wow. So what do you want me to do? You want me to like connect the internet to the wires outside? That's mad. Anyway, make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. We're back. You get me? The two elite ones and the two frauds. We all know who the two frauds are, but we're not gonna go there. So let's get the likes up early. We already have 100 people in here. We haven't even started yet. Let's get to 50 likes, 60 likes, 100 likes ASAP. So joining me first and foremost, my tag partner. You get me? He's back. It feels like forever, ever since, you know, like since I did it, because we just didn't do a show for 1 week. You get me? But joining us on the channel, of course, is the man, the myth, the legend. Man like Matt is in the building. How you doing, Matt, man?
What's going on, bro? Good to be back. Yeah, it does feel like a minute as well, even though it was only just 1 week in it that we didn't do a show in it. But
yeah,
we're back now. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, all I can say, bro, is obviously I know we've got a lot to talk about, but bruv, I'm just like gassed that we got them 3 points because I'll be real. There's a lot for me to speak about when it comes to that game, innit? So
there's a lot for all of us to talk about.
Yeah,
it's,
facts.
Yeah, that's
yeah. The winning goal.
Thank God I don't do this show with Drifty. Big up to like, hey, my name's Jerry. I made a prediction and it came right. Wow. You know, Jerry's one of these guys like make 10 crazy predictions. One of them comes through and he'll always let you know that the one that came through like actually happened. You know, he'll make like 9 shit ones and the one correct one he has to remind you of it every second. Fraud. He's like, oh, what if Darwin Nunez scores the winner? Imagine the chances, you know. Imagine he just threw one out there like that and it worked out, and he just keeps reminding us all. You are a fraud, Jerry. You're a fraud. Joining us next, speaking of frauds, you get me. Vel wanted to do him dirty with the thumbnail because apparently Vel got timed out on Kopish, and on top of that, he told me that Callum promised him Kvaratskhelia, so he feels really upset. Vel. I told this Callum guy, we're trying to keep him in check every time there's news. I swear, Matt, can you do us a favor, please? This from the community. Every time we're linked to someone, can we get Callum to not talk about it? That's the only way.
Yeah, it's an ongoing theme that just can't be stopped right now. We actually spoke about it in copies yesterday. The amount of players that Cal was wanted to sign at Liverpool and how it just hasn't happened. I'm not even joking you.
Have no words.
The list is crazy.
But regardless, we love him. But like Callum is in the building. Hi, Callum.
I can't believe this narrative is running across the whole community now.
Bro, it was only yesterday that we done the list.
I know.
It's crazy, bro.
I know.
How are you, Callum? You good?
Not too bad, bro. By the way, I didn't time out Vel. That weren't me. I'm not.
It weren't me either. It weren't me. I don't even. It take. For me to time the person out, they have to say something mad.
Like, so that weren't me. Weren't me. The Kvaratskhelia stuff, that was me. That was me.
Have no words.
What is happening? Ornstein, man. Like, it's Ornstein again, isn't it?
Oh my days. Anyway, listen, Tom will be joining us in a second. You get me? Big up to all of you guys locked in. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Let's get to 100 likes early. Come on, you guys. Let's get the likes up. You know how this show gets. Don't want to keep interrupting the guys to like and subscribe. So just like and subscribe. Also, the link to Kopish is in the description. Go subscribe. The link to the Matt One show is in the description. Go subscribe. And go subscribe to the Callum Sanderson show as well. You get me? Shout out to Luke over there and the incredible stuff that's mostly UFC related, I actually realized. And the one thing I realized about that channel is man like Jamie is just as crazy on the football takes as he is with the UFC takes.
He's worse on UFC.
It's crazy. Now, what the wild stuff that I've heard him say, honestly, is actually It's actually bad. It's actually bad. I swear, bro. Like, Jamie, I know you're watching this. You're a crazy man. Let me just tell you, you are a crazy man, 100%. So we start off with the first game with the game that we have to talk about, which is look. See, look. The Nunez people are here. I have never seen Drifty do as many shows in my life. This guy was on every Coppish show. He was on every player ratings. He was like, oh, tomorrow we're going to be back with the tactical analysis and we're going to analyze this game over and over and over again. Hey, my guy scored, 2 goals for the first time this whole season. 11 goals in 11 months. You must apologize, Anyway, Matt, let's start off with you. Talk to me about the Brentford game.
Well, first of all, going into that game, I was already worried because Brentford are a good team and they've got that 1-2 punch combination with Mbeumo and Wisa. And when we went into that game and that game started, I was like, you know what, I don't care how we win. Just give me the 3 points. Fair play to Brentford. They done pretty well, but I do think with us, we mainly dominated that game. They had a couple of chances where I do think we got a bit lucky. Mbeumo cutting inside. Tsimikas, I'll be honest with you, didn't really have the best of games. I have to keep it at 100. Obviously, I still think even if it was Robbo, it would have been the same thing anyway. So that kind of doesn't change my opinion on the left back spot. We needed a new left back, but
find the hat, Tom.
Mbeumo.
No.
Find the hat, Tom. I'll be sorry if I Go on.
Yeah, sorry. Mbeumo. They were dangerous, but we were knocking on the door, bro. There was at one point I didn't think it was going to be our day. 35 shots, nothing was happening. Gakpo missed that horrible chance. Obviously the Gravenberch shot. Szoboszlai hits the crossbar. I was thinking it's not going to be our day, and then up steps the guy steps like the guy. He's flipping. He's been ridiculed all season long. People laugh at him. People casterize him or whatever. And then he does his thing. And I can't lie to you. It kind of had to be Darwin Nunez, and I'll tell you why. Gakpo has had games where he's kind of, not to say bailed us out, but had important goals. So is Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz is the only person to score a hat-trick for Liverpool this season, yeah? And then when you see what Nunez done, you think to yourself, this is his moment now. And it could be one of them games where we look back and go, that could be the game where we actually won the title. Because I do feel like if we lost that game or say we drew that game, I think Arsenal go ahead and beat Aston Villa. That's just how football works. They get momentum. They look at Liverpool and think, they dropped more points again. If we drew that game, that would have been 5 draws in the last 8. If we would have drew that game, that was a must-win game. And credit to Darwin Nunez. Listen, I'm just gonna call it what it is, innit? It's not going to change my opinion on him. He scored 2 important goals. There's no denying that whatsoever. Do you know what I'm saying? He deserves it. But it's not going to change my opinion that scoring 4 goals in the Premier League all of a sudden makes you like some cult hero. Don't get me wrong. The goals were important. You had to play your part because up until now, you hadn't played your part. So I'm glad you finally understood what we asked for. And that's all I expect, bro. I just needed man to answer the call when he was called upon and he was able to do it. So all in all, I'm happy, bro, with the 3 points.
I want to say something before we let Callum and Tom go. First of all, Tanya, listen to Curtis Jones. He knows ball. Curtis Jones is a nobody. He spent 3.5 years passing left and passing right. Back your teammate, you Jedi. Publicly, you have to back your teammate. Rio didn't even ask you anything. You just unnecessarily said it. And I called him out yesterday for good reason because he wasn't even asked. No one asked who's better. But you can hold that, Curtis. Elliot is better. We all know that because we all have eyes. Rod. Big up to Bake to says, we order 1999 Beckham off of Wish. Hey, shout out Timo. I got a couple of things here from Timo, shout out Timo. Let me just say this. I'm so glad Matt said that and it's not me because I'm
why am I getting called Dominic Szoboszlai?
Mike, Tom, your mic is loud as hell. I think you're connected to the Mac mic, not the actual mic. Yes, you sound so loud. When it comes to Nunez, I'm so glad Matt said it and not me because I can be the asshole when it comes to this conversation. But on a real level, 2 goals does not change our opinion, whether it's a winner or not. Guys, we need consistency. Why do guys ask for an apology after one performance? It's like, oh, Husam doesn't deserve to celebrate that goal. You know, if I kept the energy of the people, I would come to you after every game and ask you to apologize. Apologize to me, Nunez was shit today. Apologize to me, Nunez was shit today. How many times could I have said that this season? Like, actually, how many times could I have said that this season? Like, what, 15 times? So, currently, as things stand, you'd have had 3 apologies from me, and I would have had like 20 apologies from you. So, what's the point? Apologies come after consistency, and it's the same thing with Diaz, because people wanted Diaz apologies at the start of the season. I didn't apologize. I won't until we get consistency. Consistency is what changes people's opinions on a football player. Simple as. Darwin Nunez is crap. Yes. This does not change the idea. 4 goals. He's had 11 goals in 11 months. Before the game, he had 9 goals in 11 months. That's not someone that we're going to sit up here and act like is an unbelievable player when we signed him for £70 million. He scored an unbelievable goal against Brentford twice. I gave him a 10 out of 10. I said he was man of the match. There is nothing more I can say. So I already did say like a lot of good stuff about Nunez regarding that game. But if you want apologies, then you have to bring me consistency. We play Lille tonight. If Nunez goes 1-on-1 4 times in a row and misses all of them, then what? Do I come back and ask you for an apology? Or like, how does this work? Like this whole apology bullshit. Like it's just so jarring, guys. Apologies come with consistency. Honestly. And for once, he actually came on and made a positive impact and won us a game. For the first time since Newcastle, you know, which is like 500 years ago. Like, you know, Klopp was still here. He's now like the sporting director of Red Bull, you know. He was still the manager. And it was the start of the season. And it was 2023, not even 2024. Last time he came on and scored 2 goals. So long may this continue. And if he goes on a purple patch and he helps us win the league, that's when we will understand it. Like that's when we will sit up here and go like, okay, we get it now. But yeah, I just had to say this stuff with Nunez. For me, I was really happy with the Spaghetti Mafia. Italia said esta. Big up Federico Chiesa. My guy, you get me? The Elmo, the CPO, and the other guy as well, Harvey Elliott. Because unlike his counterpart, who is also young and they came through at the same time, Harvey Elliott does not molest the ball for 45 seconds before making a decision. Harvey Elliott loves to release the ball and actually give the ball to the forward line players like, hey guys, you go ahead, score. You know, Harvey Elliott pass in behind to Trent. Harvey Elliott pass to Nunez, goal. Simple. It's not, I'm not going to sit up here, hug the football for 45 seconds so I can have 90% passing accuracy and it looks sexy on the stats. You know, Harvey actually takes risks, which is something that we needed in that game. And the final thing I want to say before I let Callum and Tom go is this. Arsenal fans have proven this season to be absolutely pathetic.
Oh,
half XG. We had 37 shots. We dominated the shit out of Brentford. If you watched that game and you did not think that Liverpool deserved to win the game, I don't know what the hell you were watching. The thing that makes me laugh is Salah creates that chance for Gakpo in the first half. Gakpo scores that. We go 1-0 up. No one complains. Like, no one will say, oh, Liverpool were lucky. But because we scored like 2 goals towards the end, all of a sudden it's a change of narrative and we were lucky. We were so much better than Brentford. We dominated them in their own backyard. We had 37 shots, you guys. We had 4.5 XG. 4.5 XG in a game of football. We had almost 5 expected goals. We scored 2 and we were somehow lucky. How does that translate to luck? I just don't get it. Szoboszlai hit the post as well. Diaz decided to head something with his back. I don't know why. So like we had so many like moments of which we could have scored. That's why if you're a rival fan, stop being disingenuous and saying stuff like, oh, you were lucky. We were not lucky. We were absolutely phenomenal in that game and we deserved to win. And I'm glad we won because, you know, momentum is a very important thing in this sport. I was ready to give my exit speech. I was ready to say, listen, good luck for your league title, guys. I've given up completely. But thank God we won that game. So that's my two cents on
it. Where did I start? The Darwin stuff. I've come under heavy criticism from Darwin getting a winner, which is crazy. I wasn't on the stream on Saturday. I've always maintained that I want Darwin sold, not because I disliked the person, but because I just didn't think he was Liverpool quality. The brace he got was excellent. and it was just what we needed. But Matt's also right. It's come at a time after we've seen Diaz come up clutch for us. We've seen Salah come up clutch for us. We've seen Jota come up clutch for us. The only person who hasn't come up clutch for us in that forward line is Chiesa. And up until then, Nunez hadn't either. The reason why I believe the Nunez fans have gone like this is because they have to find a way to validate his role in the team. And I'm also someone who appreciates the assists he makes. Like, for example, when we drew with Fulham, he gets the assist for the Jota goal. I'd never underestimate what he does, but at the same time, I'm not going to overestimate what he does either. I think Nunez is a good striker, and I'll always maintain, I think Nunez leaves Liverpool, he goes to Spain or Italy, and goes on to have a very, very good career. I just don't think it's worked out for him at Liverpool. But I also came out and I said I didn't want him sold in January for reasons like this. For reasons like Jota now being injured again. Nunez from now until the end of the season could play a massive role in his title race. And he's played a massive role in the Brentford game, which has contributed to our 6-point lead, which would have changed if we didn't win that game. So he deserves credit for the stuff he gets. I just don't like the inconsistency, because I find when he's criticised, we're told, oh, stop, you're going overboard, this, that, and the other. But when he scores and he gets the winner, then it's, you got to hold that, and you didn't believe in him. And it's like, you can't do that. It's like me turning up to work late 7 times in a row, and then when I get there the 8th time on time, I go to my manager. See, I told you I'm the guy. The manager would be like, bro, like, I need to see more of you getting to work on time. And I think that's all we're asking for as Liverpool fans. We need to see him show up more and put the ball in the back of the net a bit more. And again, there were performances earlier on in the season. For example,
bit more?
No, a lot more. But bro, there was performances earlier on in the season, for example, like the Arsenal game away from home, where he didn't score, he got an assist, but even before he got the assist, I think unanimously everyone was like, he's had a great game. There's been games this season like the Real Madrid game. Before he came off, he didn't score a goal, but everyone said he turned up today and played really well. So it's not just
Chelsea.
Goals. Chelsea as well, but thank you, Tom. Chelsea as well. Jota comes off injured. Nunez comes on. Nunez is excellent in that game. So we're not sitting there saying, unless he scores, he's had a crap game. We're saying we need to see a bit of everything. So if you don't score, then you still have to have a good game. If you do score, then we might have a little bit more leeway about your performance, just like we do with Salah sometimes. So you can't have your cake and eat it. There's got to be middle ground. There's got to be objectivity with Nunez. I'll be honest, though, at the same time, from the other side, he does get unwarranted abuse. People do go over the top when it comes to him sometimes. But I think that is the same as the people who love him and go over the top with the love they have. Again, I say it all the time. When people defend Nunez, they go, oh, he's the most despised player. I hear Nunez's chant more than I've heard the Jota chant. I've heard Nunez's chant way more.
I don't think Nunez is the most despised player. I think Nunez has had a lot of love. That's why I don't agree. Callum, you can't sit on the fence with this one. You can't say it's the same thing either way. The Nunez disciples are way worse, and you know it.
100%.
You know
I've said this.
Yeah.
I've said this.
Because every time like he does anything of significance, and I mean anything, it's like the world is ending, and you've got to apologize, and you've got to show respect, and you've got to do this, you've got to do that. That's the issue with this.
But right now, what we're doing is falling into a trap. We should be sitting there going, what a fantastic win for Liverpool. What a great performance by Nunez. And it should just be that. But instead, we're going back and forth as a fan base about who rates Nunez, who doesn't rate Nunez, who thinks Nunez is going to bang, who doesn't think Nunez. I genuinely don't care. I couldn't care if Robertson scored every single goal from now to the end of the league and we win the league.
Facts. I wouldn't either. Let's go.
I couldn't care. If Salah doesn't score another goal for Liverpool, but we win the league, I don't care. I'm here for trophies, because at the end of the season, no one really cares about the individual honours, because Salah's collected bare individual honours. But I want trophies in the cabinet. And if Nunez helps contribute to that, then albeit. If he doesn't, then another conversation has to happen. But as of right now, we're top of the league. Hopefully we beat Lille this evening, top of the Champions League. Hopefully we go through against Tottenham, get to the final of the Carabao Cup, and we should get through against Plymouth in the FA Cup. We should be in a good position on the field. Off the field, Husam, I don't know if you want to mention anything, bro.
What do you want to talk about?
No. It's Tom's time, man.
It's Tom's time now.
I'm just saying off the field is a bit mad, innit? So
Fairs. Fairs. So, Dominic Soboslai, your thoughts on Brentford?
Brentford was like the travelling circus that comes around once a year, where Darwin Nunez actually turns up and wins you a football match. That's what it is. It's the travelling circus that comes around once a year, and it's really funny when it comes around, and you go, "Oh my god, that was a good laugh." Can we go back next week? No, it's gone. Oh, okay. And then you got to wait a year again for it to turn up. In the moments, brilliance. I feel like the Brentford game is the game where Arnie Slot realizes he can trust his depth a little bit more because they bail him out there. So I'd like to think that in return he repays the likes of Elliot, the likes of Chiesa. I know he didn't necessarily come on, but the likes of Endo and that, with starts knowing that the guys on the bench can come on and positively impact games for us and save games which aren't necessarily going the way that we want. It's been like that for the past couple of games now. You know, you got Brentford where Nunez, Elliot come on, Nottingham Forest where Simicast and Jota come on. You know, that's a couple of games now where substitutes are the reason that we've got, you know, picked up the points that we've picked up. So I'd like to think that Slot's going to look at that and start trusting the depth more. In terms of the game, Brentford at home is a tough game. There's a reason he got one of the best home records. But we went there and we dominated. Look, they had a couple moments on the counter-attack, as every team is going to suffer when they go away to Brentford. But we kept a clean sheet for once, which was nice. You know, hopefully all the people who were stupidly saying that Alisson's washed, Alisson's finished. You know, can we nip that in the bud, please? Canate back to the levels that he showed at the start of the season, or close to the levels that he showed at the start of the season, despite still being injured.
K-Mac would have had a feast again with this whole Kelleher stuff. K-Mac, shout out K-Mac if he's watching, bro. I was just not trying to have another Kelleher debate for the love. I was just not trying to have it. Thank God Alice saved. But can I just say something? I don't really think Brentford was that dangerous at all because of Konate and Van Dijk being absolute rocks. But then Alisson saved the stuff that you expect him to save, which is a good thing.
Yeah, but people have been getting on at Alisson because it was what he conceded 8 goals out the last 15 shots that he faced.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. 1916 or something like that.
But then you go look at some of the shots that he's conceded, and some of them are just worldies that he's not gonna save. No keeper's gonna save.
Yeah,
like people downplay that Chris Wood goal against Forest. That's a really good finish, taken quickly on the left foot for a right-footed player.
But Alisson still should save that. Can't lie.
No, he can't.
Husam, it's right in the side netting.
Good goal.
Listen,
it's right in
Callum,
the side netting.
Tom, you guys know who Alisson Becker is. You expect him to save that. Come on.
No, I don't.
I expect us to stop the chance getting to that position.
Yeah. All right, I'll switch you around. If he makes that save for Sam, we're going, what a fantastic save, aren't we?
No, because it's Alisson. Because it's the best goalkeeper in the world. It's the reality.
Those guys.
It is the best keeper in the world. The only guy who I expect to save that is
human, though, bro. He's still human.
Not in a goalkeeping sense. Him and Courtois next level.
What's this you're not talking about with the Alisson? Whether he should have saved it or not?
Should Alisson have saved the Chris Wood shot against Forest?
The thing is, it was a good strike, but there's still a part of me that feels like
you look harsh.
Does the Ali before the injury maybe even save that?
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Potentially.
Matt.
It's not definitive.
No, but we got the heel tag team above us.
So hold that.
Because the thing is, if you even look at some of the goals that Alisson's conceded maybe over the last couple of weeks, it's not that they were like clangers, but there are ones where you kind of go, he might have saved that before the injury, you know, because it hasn't looked like his optimal best. I think against Brentford, that was arguably probably his best performance, even though you could question the strike of Chris Wood, and it was an excellent strike. But I'm just saying, innit, I think maybe Ali before the injury maybe has a better chance of saving it. I don't know.
You go back through it though. We kept the clean sheets against Brentford, Nottingham Forest. I think that's just a really good strike
Fair
really
play.
well
Yeah,
taken
fair
by Chris Wood. If you want to stop that, you need to stop it getting to Wood in that position. He didn't play against Accrington Stanley, and we kept a clean sheet anyway. Tottenham away in the cup. I don't think a keeper should be saving that. He's put in a position where the fella's got a unmarked, clear sighted goal from 12 yards out. Alisson, he's got to commit one way or he's got to commit to what he's going to do, and he commits. 2-2 against United. He's not saving that Martinez shot. And the Amad Diallo one, maybe.
Yeah, that's
but
the
then
one
how
where you
about...
can feel a bit for him.
The other
Like,
one
he
is probably
should play.
be.
But
Yeah,
then
sorry.
that's more so on the defenders for letting Amad Diallo get into a
Yeah,
position to
the
have a shot
defenders.
12 yards out.
The defenders, or a certain defender who wears the number 26 and should go
Defend-
sign for Rangers or Celtic. Just carry on his career everywhere.
Defenders, Husam. Clean sheet against West Ham. Leicester at home. That goal took a deflection. He would have saved it if it didn't take the deflection.
But remember when Ali done a bit of a madness when he done? I'm trying to think what game it was. Was it Spurs where like he kind of
what where someone tried to nick the ball off him?
Yeah, even that little bit of hesitancy that, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Alisson has one of those games at least once a year anyway. Let's keep it about. He does have one once a year, but I just think since the injury,
at least it wasn't against City this time.
That's for real. Listen, for me, he's still the best. All I think it genuinely is he just hasn't reached his optimal level since he's come back, but he's on the way there. And I think Brentford was a good game from him. I'm just questioning whether maybe he could have done something. But like I agree and disagree. The strike was amazing, but at the same time, I just think old school Ali might be able to just tip that around the post potentially. I don't know.
I think if Alisson hadn't conceded,
let me just say one thing quickly, guys. There's a guy who's a massive part of oral communities, man, like Aaron. We wished him a happy birthday yesterday, first community. But everyone in the chat, please wish him a happy birthday. It's his birthday today. Big up to man like Aaron, the general. You know, big up General Aaron. Happy birthday to you, my guy Aaron. Big up to you. I don't want to stick on Alisson because I feel like that's a dead topic. We all agree that Kelleher shouldn't start, should be Alisson. There is something I do want to talk about though. Everyone wish him a happy birthday in the chat now. Let me just say this. I am a viewer of Kopish, guys. I'm a viewer of Kopish. There's a certain someone on this panel who was on the player ratings show alongside Jamie, and they allowed a certain individual who is a hater of the Egyptian king to give him a 3 out of 10 rating, the worst rating out of anyone.
That's your tag partner, bro.
That's your 3 out of 10 against Brentford.
Yes, there you
3.
are. All guys, on Kopish player ratings, they gave Salah a 3, the lowest rating out of everyone in the team.
Hold on, what did you give Diaz?
They gave Gakpo like an 8.5.
No.
Yes,
don't do that,
you want to go there? Let's go.
8.5.
I'll share screen right now.
Share screen.
You know me. I'll share screen right now.
We gave Gakpo 8.5.
It feels so good.
We're gonna see this right here, everyone.
No, that don't sound right.
Everyone's gonna be connected to the fraudulent.
Listen.
I'm innocent.
Yes, you are.
I'm interested for once. I'm
gonna check it right now, Husam.
It feels great.
No problem. Well, we could check it together. I'm gonna share screen.
Yeah, let's do that right now.
Right there.
Look where way we put Gakpo 8.5.
Look where Salah is.
You put in.
Look where Salah is. Look. 2 to 4 they gave him.
Simicas is 6.
They gave Simicas a 6. They gave Salah 2.
Hold on, wait there. So because you lot in one game. Is this what we're doing?
Oh, hell yeah, that's what we're doing. Watch this. Look, right there. You guys see the players?
Yes. So
they put...
Zoom in. Just to confirm, please. Zoom in to confirm, please.
I'm trying to...
You need to get everyone. You need to get everyone on it. I've got half the squad here. I need to see where certain play. Right, so Diaz and Gakpo is 6.5.
Hold on, wait there, guys. Is this more about the other players or Salah? Just so I can make
this is about everything, mate. This is about everything. Where's the Gakpo rating again?
6.5, just above Simicas.
On behalf of the Kopish community, I apologize.
So where's Gakpo, Tom? Tom, where's Gakpo?
6.5 for Gakpo, who missed a clear-cut opportunity, and you give
But
Salah
you said 8.5. So wait there. See the narrative already. Apparently, Gakpo got, and I literally said Gakpo didn't get 8.5. So firstly, that's been debunked. Secondly,
Yes.
I'm gonna say this year, although you could argue with some other players, so even if Salah wasn't a free, Salah was horrific in that game. He was horrific in that game.
What?
Come on, are we really?
He was not horrific. He was not. Aren't we the same people that get told that someone has to affect a game without GA? Did he not affect the game without GA? Did he not look good doing it? Like, is that what people keep criticizing for? He didn't get GA.
Salah was not good in that game, bro.
I would say
he was front three.
Because even if you take, forget GA, just forget GA. Let's forget productivity. The only thing memorable in that game for me personally was when he actually made that pass to Gakpo. But when you actually look back at that pass should have been better. You do realize that as well.
Oh my days!
Go back and watch the tapes. It's still a horrible. No, bro. I'm one of the people. No, wait. Listen to what I'm about to say.
Between two Brentford players into the
If you go back and watch the tape, Salah could have played it a little bit. Listen, I'm not taking away.
Dave.
Bro, listen to what I'm saying. Please, guys. Please listen to what I'm saying.
Shocking stuff.
It wasn't the worst pass in the world. No, it wasn't. I'm just saying the pass could have been a little bit better. Was the miss from Gakpo horrific? Yes, there's no denying that. Two things can be right at the same time, guys. If you go back and watch it, when Salah plays the ball, it actually curves towards the goalkeeper. Gakpo's miss was horrific. I'm not denying that. But if you go back and watch it again, Salah plays that ball earlier and doesn't curve it towards the goalkeeper.
Guys, I'm gonna risk copyright infringement. I'm literally risking copyright infringement. Okay, I am literally risking copyright infringement just to prove a point. Okay, so I'm gonna have to spam the space bar button. Look, this.
Could he not have played it? Wait. Couldn't he have played it before? Wait there. Look where Salah is now. And look, Husam. Look, he could have done a Trivela.
They're covering his angle.
Husam, is Salah known for using outside of the boot? Yes or no? You're telling me you can't do outside of the and curve it away from the goalkeeper?
Okay.
No, go back. Go back.
Okay,
I'm going to show you. Go back.
Okay, no problem. This
go back.
Putting this is the pass. That's a bad pass, apparently. Putting Gakpo right in front of goal. Matt, he didn't even hit the target.
I agree with Matt though. It wasn't a perfect pass.
It wasn't the pass.
No, I'm not saying it was the
bro.
pass,
People are acting like the pass was so perfect, and two things can be right at the same time.
But
the
Matt,
pass could have been a little bit better, but
way
Gakpo's miss was horrific.
Yeah,
I think.
Can't I say that?
The pass looked worse because Gakpo uses his wrong foot to take the shot. I think that pass is shaped up for the right footer to come onto it and
should have taken it directly.
Bottom right.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like Gakpo got it all wrong. But here's the thing though, because I see the agenda in it. Like Salah's been the savior all season long. And remember, if Gakpo scores that, again, we look at Salah differently because again, Salah gets another assist as well. Listen, Salah has been the best player, in my opinion, in the Prem and the leader for La Ballon d'Or. But you see against Brentford, other than that pass, if you go and look at like what Salah actually done for the whole 90 minutes, he wasn't his normal self. And I do feel like, don't get me wrong, Diaz had a stinker. Gakpo was a bit more involved for me. And obviously Nunez came on and like stole the show. But when you think of what McAllister was doing, what Gravenberch was doing, what Szoboszlai was doing, they all play better than him. No one can really sit here and tell me Salah had a better game than McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai. If you are, then I'm sorry, we watched a different game.
I don't think anyone's saying that, but I think giving him
because that's what play rating is about, though. You're ranking them and against like his performance.
2 to 4.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Also, he could have been a 2.
Oh, could have been a 2.
Salah was listen again. We can do the whole if Salah was poor in one game or not. I'm not really like.
I will give credit to Matt though. On that show, he does say that the reason why we're here is Mo to begin with. He does say that, Matt. He does make that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I said the reason why.
Drifty, you have earned an enemy forever. I'm gonna call out Drifty right now. Drifty, you have earned an enemy forever. Because Drifty at the start of the Drifty at the start of the player ratings was like, oh, I hope Husam didn't celebrate today. Okay, Drifty. Okay, I see how you're moving towards the king.
Man said it's
But we
water.
all know who's gonna have the last laugh. When Mo is on 30 goals and 20 assists, we're gonna talk, my brother. We're gonna talk because I want to see where your guy is at that point in time. He's had 11 goals in 11 months. I never seen Drifty do as many copper shows my whole life. He done 7 shows in a row, bro. It's unbelievable. He was on the tactical show. He was on the player. He was everywhere. It's like, oh yeah, he's wearing chains and stuff. He's just turning up. He scored twice against Brentford, no problem. But we all know who's gonna have the last laugh. The guy that backs Salah or the guy that backs Nunez. We remember this, Drifty. I remember this. Don't worry. I remember this the next time Nunez misses 4 sitters and you're like, I don't want to have this Nunez conversation anymore because it's toxic. Don't worry about it. Oh, I'm going to make it toxic, Drifty. I'm going to call you while you're live on Coppers. I'm going to call you. Anyway, so I don't think, I think we can be balanced. I don't think this is Salah performing to his standards. I do agree with that. And I think we expect better from him 100%. Salah comes in moments now because of his age and stuff. He gave us a moment. We should have scored. That's
Agreed.
But overall, I don't think any forward was very good at all. Diaz was horrible. Gakpo as well. You can't not even hit the target from 2 yards out. The forward that I was impressed with, other than Nunez, was Spaghetti Mafia. I can't lie to you. I'm in love with Chiesa. I just love Chiesa. I'll be so honest with you. The impact that he made. I spent the last half an hour on the watch along was like, bring on Chiesa, bring on Chiesa, bring on Chiesa, because I just wanted, because obviously it wasn't working for Gakpo in that game. Obviously, it wasn't working for him. So I just wanted someone different. Thing is about Chiesa is he's very direct. He doesn't like to do this whole pass back stuff. You know, he's not like the Curtis Jones of wingers. Like he wants to get the ball and attack. I think that aggression showed. And the other guy that deserves credit for me is Elliot as well, because we can sit up here to talk about Nunez, but Elliot made the 2 game-changing passes too. Like we have to give the guy credit where credit
Elliot
is due. I know.
top.
Yeah, I know Tom is a fan of Elliot as well.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Elliot. Trust me.
Yeah,
but back to Elliot from day. I still stand by it. I think he's the most creative midfielder the football club have.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah.
I maybe know why Slot doesn't use him as much, because he's not, this physical monster who can win duels high up the pitch and further back and this, that, and the other. But he's not exactly like a non-entity in the press. It's just he's a little diminutive fucker who isn't exactly a Dominic Szoboszlai of the world. But what he does give you that Szoboszlai doesn't is the vision and the quality of pass that I think only McAllister could match. And we don't put McAllister in a position consistently to match the pass.
Salah as well. Salah could do it sometimes as well.
Yeah. But he...
I look at that first goal.
So Szoboszlai was good. It's not to downplay Szoboszlai, but it's down to skill sets, isn't it? So like I look at Elliot. I don't think Szoboszlai plays the pass that Elliot played for Trent.
No,
agreed. I think
I don't think many players play that pass for Trent. It's a good run from Trent, but to a lot of players use the run from Trent as space to shape up and try and curl it for our corner. But Elliot sees that Trent's made a good run into the channel. And we get the goal from it. And even the second goal, Salah wins it back, plays a good ball to Chiesa. Chiesa on the turn, drives forward, doesn't hold on too long, lays it off to Elliot. And again, Elliot, he's in a position where maybe he could open his body up to shoot, but he plays the right pass. And Nunez gets a second. And that's the thing I like with Elliot. His decision-making at such a young age is spot on. Very few times do I look at Elliot and go, he made the wrong decision there. He should have picked a different pass. He should have done this. He should have done that. That's what I like, and that's why I'm hoping that this game is the one where Slot sees he can trust him more, because obviously after the game, Elliot said he wants to stay. He wants to fight for his spot at the football club. I hope he stays. He was very bright in pre-season. I think the injury came at the wrong time for him. But we look at what he can do from last season. If you can put that in this team, that's worth an extra 10, 15 goals a season just off his quality. So I was buzzing for him. And Chiesa, I just like his celebration. How the fuck does he keep his arms so straight whilst everything else moves? It's like the top half of his body freezes and everything else is just going 100 miles an hour. It's brilliant. But yeah, it's just a good thing to get the win. Like Matt said, I think if we don't win that game, I think Arsenal beat Villa.
I would have given up completely on title, 100%.
Yeah, but I don't know why. But yeah,
Because I'm on the ledge. I'm just not trying to do it. All this hopium bullshit. I'll be honest with you. I've been hurt way too many times.
But you could just see with Arsenal, the moment that first goal, that Tielemans scored that first
goal. You
as
well have been hurt a lot.
Their
Tom,
heads
you
went.
know that. You know how many times you've been
Tielemans' header,
clipped
Tom,
up.
was
Mhm.
that header was sick.
I mean, I'll put it this way: if that header goes against my team, I'm asking serious questions about my centre mid who's
Your defense. Yeah, but remember it was Partey though. It was Thomas Partey that had the horrible game.
Partey should have closed down the cross, but Marino is in front of him when Tielemans starts making his runs, switches off, and Tielemans gets in front of him, and he's too late to catch up. That if that was Gravenberch, I'd be livid.
Yeah,
but Arsenal fans are going to try and brush that under the carpet, aren't they?
Don, can I ask a question?
Yes.
You see the situation where, obviously, I agree with Tom in the sense of I think Harvey is our most creative. Actually, just thinking now, it's either him or McAllister. I might just say McAllister might be the more creative out of the two. But Harvey,
I say you don't put McAllister in the position to showcase that more.
Fair.
He's always the one a bit deeper.
But this is pause. But this is where like this is where I look at the number 10 position, because I rate Szoboszlai really highly, but I think we can all agree we'd like his productivity to be higher in terms of goals and assists. Is he the almost a good problem that Liverpool have, in a sense of we don't quite know if he's a 10 or if he's a pivot player, and is that affecting what we do in the transfer market as to whether we go and get someone who's a pivot player or someone who's a number 10 in you guys' opinion?
I don't think he's the one where there's the confusion in the club. I think the one where there's confusion in the club about which position you play him in is Jones.
I think the one we're confused with is actually Elliot. Not in terms of position, but I think the one that we're like, I have expected to feature a lot more this season, because like we had a manager that has the 4-3-3 system before with Klopp, and he had like two industrious 8s and a 6, right?
He did get bad.
Yeah, I know, but like he had like the two industrious 8s and a 6. So maybe Elliot didn't fit in the midfield, and on the wing he's not really like pace and power like that. So he doesn't really fit in. And now when we come with a double pivot and a 10, I thought Elliot was going to be like the guy that gets a lot of game time. I expect him to be a lot more. And then you see links, like strong links, real links, by the way, to Shirky. And I'm like, Shirky's like essentially very similar to Elliot. So maybe there is like something there that the manager doesn't like or doesn't trust. I don't know what it is exactly. We've been looking at selling him as well. Like he's been linked to a move away from the club, Harvey, that is. So that's the one that I think we're confused with. Szoboszlai is like a joker card. He just can play 6, 8, or 10. He just can play anywhere because he's industrious. And the one thing that Szoboszlai has over all our midfielders is athleticism. He has the athleticism to play anywhere. Like if we needed a midfielder to play right back, you'd trust Szoboszlai to go there because of his athleticism purely. And I think that's something that the others lack compared to Szoboszlai. Like with Jones, I don't think there's confusion. I think he can just play in all of them because he just pass left, pass right the whole time. So he can play 6, 8, and 10. Pass left, pass right, pass left, pass right.
No, I agree.
I disagree.
I don't want to see him.
I don't think Jones.
No, you might
play
not.
10.
You might not want to see it, but I think Husam's right though, because Jones, we've seen him playing the pivot, we've seen him playing the 8 under Klopp, and we've seen him playing the 10. I think Jones is one of them players where the manager just sees him that he's kind of a jack of all trades for midfield. Harvey Elliott, I agree. Again, that's the issue. For me, this is what was quite alarming. So when Slot spoke about Darwin Nunez only like how many days ago, and he spoke about we haven't got the best out of Darwin because with a low block, we can't really utilize his speed. And a lot of the times we are coming up against low blocks. He was like, we've got to find a way how to get the best out of him. Well, what was quite interesting for me is that even though Szoboszlai has had a turn like in form, Harvey Elliott for me is actually the best in that 10, like unlocking low blocks. He can pick the lock. He's probably got the best eye for part, he's got the eye of the needle pass, just like McAllister. But like you said, Tom, McAllister doesn't play that enough. So I'm going to give a bit more credit to Elliott, where I've probably seen it more often. And I'm thinking to myself, why isn't the manager utilizing? Because remember, Szoboszlai's even been suspended as well, if I'm not mistaken. He was ill as well, and I believe Harvey was still available then. Still didn't play. He still favored Jones, and I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, Harvey Elliott. He might not be like you said. He might not be pace and power, but you don't always need that. Sometimes you just need technique, and Harvey Elliott is all about technique and decision making. And if there's one thing I will say, which is a different skill set to Jones, don't get me wrong, Jones has got technique, but Jones, for me, people already know what I call him. He's the procrastinator on the ball, when he procrastinates way too much. And that can really frustrate me. And don't get me wrong, there's times when you need to hold on to the ball to reset a move. But then there's this, you're holding on to the ball just because you feel like you're the guy. I'm just going to start dictating. It's like, bro, we don't need you to dictate. You're not that guy. You are a very good player in your own right, but don't think you're better than what you are. And I think that's where Jones gets carried away. Harvey Elliott just wants to get on the field and just make things happen straight away. He would rather make a risky pass that he can set up a goal. Whereas Jones would be like, nah, I ain't making that pass, man. I'm going to recycle possession and see what I can do. That's the bit that really annoys me.
I think with Elliot, I think Slot doesn't want to use Elliot with this current iteration of the Liverpool team because of transitions. I think he likes a midfield that can handle transitions and can get back to position quickly. That's what Harvey Elliott doesn't necessarily do very well. But I think once Slot's got more of his players and he can play his system a little bit more, because we're still not playing Slot football necessarily, I don't think. I think we're playing Klopp football with Slot adjustments. But I don't think this is what Slot sees the end game for Liverpool as.
I wouldn't say that, Tom. I think the Klopp stuff comes out when it's panic mode, because they just resort to like what they know. Like the Man United game, the Brentford game even, everyone just start pressing like crazy because it's been instilled into them for the last 7 years. Everyone just start running around just trying to gegenpress the crap out of them.
Even then, though, Husam, I don't think that we...
When it's like 0-0, I don't think Klopp ball.
But I don't think it's Slot ball either. I think what you get is a mix at the minute where the players that we have can't do everything that the Slot wants. So he does his style to an nth degree and then just says, and for the rest, you do what you used to do. Like the amount of counter-attacking football we still play for a manager who pushes and pushes and pushes about control. That to me is a manager who hasn't got everything that he wants yet and is just doing very well at making sacrifices and finding the middle ground between it. When we get to what I think Slot wants, Slot's ultimate vision, which is 65% possession every single game, penning teams in their own half for 95% of the game type thing, that's where I think you'll see Elliot more, where we're not being caught on transition 5, 6, 7 times a game, because that was a real problem in the Brentford game. If we're trying to nitpick, the last 15 minutes was basketball. We'd go forward, we'd lose it, they'd go forward, they'd lose it, we'd go forward, we'd lose it, they'd go forward, they'd lose it. And it was constantly up and down, up and down. I don't think that's what Slot wants. So when we play a more settled style of his football, I think that's where Elliot will come in more, because you should be getting caught less on transition and you can use a player's technical qualities a little bit more.
Elliot to start against Ipswich as an example.
Yeah, I'd like him to start against Ipswich. I don't expect it, but I'd like him to.
Because there's like a low block and everything. Like Ipswich is not interested at all in playing football. Like they're just gonna keep Dell up at halfway line and try to counterattack. That's it. So that's a game where I think maybe. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. Elliot is just gonna thrive in that type of scenario, because we just don't need a midfielder who just likes to hug the ball for 45 minutes. Let me just do these super chats before we ask Callum on his thoughts on off the pitch, because I think that he has something to say. Big up to every single one of you guys. We do have 900 people locked in, 800 people locked in. Guys, we're not even at 300 likes yet. Have some shame and some decorum. Have some shame, you bunch of frauds. We're not even at 300 likes yet. Like the video right now and subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Let me just grab these super chats before we move on to the off the pitch activity. Big up to my guy, Omar Rushdie, who says Jota on his Naby Keita arc. Perfect impression. Yeah, the only difference is he doesn't get injured with the AC. That's the only difference. Big up to Frankie Fast Hands, who says, my buddy Jake told the girl I liked that while I'm his best friend. Another guy is just more fun to be around. I now call him Jake Jones. Damn you. That's what my guy Frankie Fast Hands says. Yeah, listen. Some people just need to play their role, man. Play your role. Shut your mouth. Big up the Rock. On another note, Nunez could have seen red. He could have. He could. And to be fair, he probably
would have
could
been the
have.
most
I saw
Nunez
that.
thing going.
Yeah, that
It would have been the most Nunez
Yeah, I
thing
was gonna
going
say.
if he scores 2 and then gets a red card.
Yeah.
No, he actually could have gotten red. I can't even lie to you.
I thought he
This
was going to
reminds-
take his shirt off again. I thought he was going to forget he got booked and take his shirt off again.
He nearly did, bro. Don't you? I'm almost certain he went like that, and then he kind of.
I was too busy watching Chiesa. Like he was the star of the celebrations. I don't care that he was
like this. Like this.
Yeah. Like,
Honest to God.
Yeah. Big up Chiesa. Spaghetti Mafia. Big up. This reminds me of Forest last season, is what Mafio's saying. I hear you, but it's more of a reminder of Newcastle last season because obviously he scored twice. This time he scored twice as well. Hopefully he learns how to finish. I will pray. Big up to Big Les who says, Cal gone hard behind drift to crucify Nunez. I'm snitching, is what Big Les
Bro, I didn't even do anything bad. I can't win.
Hey, Les, snitch, please. Snitch. I'm going to watch the next copy show. Please,
This is
please.
crazy.
I hope Drifty doesn't duck when Nunez misses 5 1-on-1s today. Big up to Abdelaziz who says, I think.
Scoring, by the way, Nunez is scoring today.
No, he is not. No, he's
He
not.
will.
No, he's not. Look at ends. He's still watching. It's crazy. You know, as soon as Nunez scored, I got like 6 messages from 6 different people.
I think he will score today. Remember, we're playing Lille. He will score.
Lille aren't scrubs though.
They're not scrubs.
They're like 21 games unbeaten.
No. But they're not. When I think about them and I think about us, I think there's still a big disparity, in my opinion. They're on an amazing run, though. You're right, Tom. They are on an amazing run.
I mean, there's a big disparity between us and Leicester, and Nunez still can't score against them.
Bro, I was trying to give him some.
Even
credit,
Thomas turned. I think Slot
Wow.
still don't trust his bench. He's playing Konate on painkillers in a game we already qualified. I can't lie to you. I don't want to see Konate today. I won't even lie. I want to see Kwanzaa. I want to see Konate rested or whoever is available. Even Endo. Like, we have to. Konate came out, and obviously he did the press conference, which means he is going to play. But he came out publicly. First of all, big up to him because he said he would die for the club. So I love that from Konate. I'd love to see him like wearing the armband at this point. Unbelievable, words from him. But at the same time, we have to rest him a little bit. Yeah, give him a breather.
I just like seeing a player who will actually play through pain. We've had too many of the ones who would feel a slight something and then refuse to play in recent years. So it's nice to see a bit of a change.
For me, they have to be careful, though, man.
I was gonna say I might be the only one who's really, really wound up that he's having to play.
Same. Do you know why he's doing that? It's because limited options, and that for me is we should.
No, but is he having to play or is he making himself available?
Well, both.
If a player's playing with painkillers, this is the problem. This is where it gets techie.
But Trent was doing that early this season, and no one was asked.
Who? Sorry,
Trent was doing that early this season.
You're right. Knight was playing with the Stone Cold knee brace though. Tom.
this is what I'm saying, and we all saw it.
It happens when players want to play football. As long as our medical team will not be passing him fit if there's a serious worry that it's going to go and it's not secure.
We've seen it before.
Is he 100% fit? No, but I'd like to think that we are.
I read that as well.
Series. We've seen it before where players will they'll lie to the medical team, and obviously the medical team will assess them, but really truly they should be saying, do you know what? Maybe I should give a bit more time. But Kanata might one of the people where he kind of knows he's probably still not just ready, but he's like, I'll just fight through it. And painkillers, remember, all they do is mask the pain. You could actually make it, remember, they just mask it. They don't get rid of it. And that for me is a bit of a worry because, say, for example, let's just give an example. He plays tonight with more painkillers, right? He thinks his knee's fine. After the game, knee swells up or whatever, out for like 2-3 weeks or something like that. We don't know, innit?
Yeah.
That's why it's a dangerous game. You just got to let him heal, man. So,
does anyone know when Gomez is back? By the way,
after Jota,
he said weeks, and he said yeah, it's after Jota, and we know Jota's going to be out for quite a while. So
he should have reacted quicker, even if it's not saved. Is what Ty is saying. I hear you. Asim, we get it. You know the lineups, Habiba. I can just message you and you'll tell me if Konate is starting. Konate did the press conference, which means he's starting.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah,
and guys, follow Born and Red. You get me? This guy on Twitter, announces the lineups early for the people. My guy, Asim, big up to you, Habibi. He already said He already done the press conference, so he's gonna start today. He said that Slot will go with a strong team. I don't know why, but fair enough. Big up to Redline Tarango says, why does Tom look 12 and 40 at the same time today? This fraud needs to be studied like it's his birthday every day, and his takes are suspect. Some bloke, eh? Hey, it's crazy. Listen, Tom is an anomaly. He's an anomaly when it comes to the human species.
Man said 12 and 40, not even 20, 12.
I didn't realize being ill made me look so old. Jesus Christ!
I think, Tommy, it's time. As like 2025, your new thing should be grow a beard. Honestly,
Brother, I've been trying. It's just not happening. It's not through lack of trying.
I know the.
I told you use snake oil. You didn't believe me. You thought I was joking. Just use snake oil.
Where are you buying snake oil from in the UK, bro?
I can't just go down to
any like the Arab shops.
I can't go down to Asda and just go, you're right, love. Can I just get me a bottle of snake oil, please?
Import that stuff. You might have to get that imported, bro. Potentially.
Snake oil.
I haven't used that personally.
Yeah,
I feel like if I go to the shop and ask for snake oil, I'm gonna get arrested by SWAT, bro. Like,
no.
I'm gonna end up on some watch list here or something. I walk into Asda or Tesco and ask for some
I've never heard of that, but again, there's bad things that will benefit the beard, but yeah.
Research it before. Okay, I'm gonna say this, guys. Research it first before using. It might not be for you. Number one. Number two, just find it at the Arab shops. Salah won the ball for the second goal and played a key pass. He did. That's why, giving him a 3 out of 10 is 2.
Wait, sorry. I've just googled snake oil. Snake oil is a term used to describe a fraudulent product or service that is sold as a cure or remedy. Husam, what are we doing there, bro? is also a term used to describe deceptive marketing, healthcare fraud, or a scam.
No,
Tom, don't buy it, bro. Don't buy it.
Why? I wanted Tom to buy it. For fuck's sake, I wanted Tom to buy it.
That is crazy.
He wanted to have me dispatched somewhere with
I
some
wanted
oil.
Tom to buy it.
No.
For fuck's sake, you guys.
Your beard would have been cooked.
He would have followed through with it as well because I said it so convincingly. Big up to you, Tom, man. Big up to you. Hey, big up to you, man.
I forgot you even told me about snake oil. So
I really wanted him to buy it, man. Sorry, Drifty. He did say before. Sorry, Drifty. He did before say Doak can do Mo's job. Hey, Drifty.
Who said that?
Drifty, we're gonna have a one-on-one sit down.
Exactly
at the end of
what's
the
up, there's some snitches out here,
Yeah.
No one is safe, bro.
Big up, Omar. Hey, at least this shows that we have a lot of common subscribers, which is a good thing. You get me? We're appreciated and loved by the people.
That's true.
It's a good thing.
We hear when you say
we're
one
gonna
as well.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk, Drifty. I promise you, we're gonna talk. Just wait.
To be fair, Husam, there's a slight problem with that. You need to actually go on Coppish to talk to Drifty, and we have.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna get that invite.
It is 21st of January 2025, Tom. I'm gonna get you guys on Coppish. He said this 4 years ago. He meant 4 years.
I say Christmas must be dead late this year because we're going on around Christmas. It must be dead late this year.
Christmas, we're gonna cancel a call-in show and invite you on. Imagine
No.
Matt. No, this is Callum. Matt, have we not been trying? Have we not been trying, Matt? They're acting like they're trying to sneak me in the country or something. All they have to do is send a StreamYard link, and I'd end up on bloody that's it. Just
wait.
Is that
wait? What? So on the day that I went live for the Kvaratskhelia news, you messaged me saying, "Don't do it, Cal. Don't. It's just a consideration. Calm down. I beg. You're gonna jinx it." I said, "Do you want the link with the eye emojis?" You said, "I'm out." And then you went on to say, "Look at this half-ass invite. Respect Dom Husam, mate. I need a show in capitals. I need a show, Cal."
This is true. This is true. Husam and Tom Little, you're just gonna send them a link like this. You can't. This is Husam and Tom Little.
Hold on, them. I haven't even been sent a link for Coppish ever.
Yeah. This is
technically, I
the
didn't send the
dynamic
link
duo
because
of
he
Liverpool
rejected
YouTube, and you're
me.
just gonna send the link like this. No, we have to be
You lot
ready.
you lot treating me like Richard Hughes, and you guys are the contract people. That's what it is at the moment.
But it's true. So stop
You
moving like
agree.
Richard Hughes.
I just
I'm
want my
Michael
values to be
Edwards,
fairly
bro.
reflected.
I'm
that's
just
all.
Michael Edwards. I'm just sitting there, just looking.
Thank you, Tron. Imagine they're just live, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna send you the link." No, we need our own show. I want to see my face and Tom's face on the thumbnail.
I'm in
That's
Tron
all.
and Ty's bad books because I went live about the Kvaratskhelia stuff. So the Tron, I know I'm in Tron's bad books at the moment.
Big up Tron. That's my guy. Tron. Keep cooking his ass.
I
You
used to
get me
be.
all.
I used to be Tron's.
Let's go on.
Husam, do you reckon we get on Coffish before February or not?
No, we will
I'm
not.
not gonna lie to you, it might not be before February, guys. I'm not
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. See,
Negotiations aren't that advanced yet.
that's what I'm saying. See, moving like
Yeah.
Richard Hughes. Big up George Matka. So, Callum, what do you want to say about off the pitch activity since you're the Richard Hughes of the stream? Like and subscribe, chat, by the way. Go on.
All right. So I think Matt said it yesterday. There's a dark cloud over the club at the moment when there really shouldn't be. We should be so euphoric as a fan base right now. Earlier on in the show, I said how well we're doing in the Prem, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. We've got an overturn on 1-0 deficit. However, off the field, going into this January market, we all said we needed at least one signing. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. We all said we needed the 3 contracts sorted. That hasn't happened. It's now even worse because Konate's contract is not going well negotiation-wise. Diaz's contract has gone completely quiet, even though we were told by journalists that it's wrapped up very, very soon. Same with Konate months ago. That still hasn't been done. Virgil van Dijk's contract is meant to have been announced for the last 6 weeks, and nothing's still come out about that. Mose and Virgil have been both consistent saying they're no closer. Trent has been the only one quiet about it, but Trent's been the one who's been dragged through the mud the most. We are potentially looking at a situation where we have a fantastic season, but at the end of the season, it feels like a lead balloon because we end up losing 3 players potentially and selling others, and we don't get adequate players in potentially, which leaves slots short for upcoming seasons and just giving him and making his job more difficult when the owner's job in reality should be to make the job as easy as possible for the manager. I'm worried about what's going on off the field. In fact, I'm worried about Richard Hughes and what's going on with them as well. And the fact that FSG are now trying to potentially buy the Boston Celtics as well. Are they going to be distracted from Liverpool activities and all that stuff? It's a worry for me and a big worry. Big up, Lewis.
I hope this means they sell the club, though, to fund that move.
Yeah, we worked this out yesterday, Sam. They're not selling the club, bro.
Brother,
Yeah,
why?
You work this out. This is what this football club does. We've got people doing accountancy where the billionaires can buy other sports teams just in case it means that they have to sell ours. Is this what it's come to?
No, they're not. They're not selling. Shall I tell you why? Because they don't put any money in, so they're just making money off owning Liverpool. When I say that as well, they're not taking money out of the club. I want to make that very clear. But because we are part of their portfolio, they can purchase things.
They get sponsorship deals and stuff off us.
Yeah, it is. They can, and if they were to buy the Boston Celtics, they could leverage that purchase on Liverpool potentially as an asset.
Yeah. Just a quick update on Ibu. Melissa Reddy spoke about it, I believe, today. Sources close to Konate believe the consistency of his performances, the gold standard partnership with Virgil van Dijk, his status in the squad, as well as literally putting his body on the line for the club, should be reflected in how well he is rewarded. Also goes on to say Ibrahim Konate is committed to Liverpool, happy at the club, and would love to extend his stay. Key thing here, on the right terms, which means it's a money issue. On the right terms. So clearly what he's been offered is not enough. They are negotiating. That's what I took from it. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. But I do think what happens with everybody else is going to have a say on Konate. And I would be shocked if Konate actually signs before the end of the season, if I'm being genuinely honest, which would put us in another scenario again.
But in this scenario, anyway, you need to have a look at have a look at how many players have got contracts expiring by 2027. This is why I say this summer is shaping up to be one of big transition because players are going to be sold because we are not. I don't think Diaz makes it past the summer. I know you were saying that the Diaz contract. I don't think there was ever a plan to give Diaz a new contract. He's been sniffing around Barca for a year or two now. I'm happy to move him on. He'll be 29 next season. Same with Jota, but the problem with Jota is, can you sell Jota? Is there going to be the interest in Jota?
I think
because
so.
of
People
the
will take a
injury
chance on
history.
him.
Yeah,
They
Spain
will.
and Italy, there will be for Joe.
Someone like West Ham.
I wouldn't rule out 3 attacking departures. That's what I've maintained for about 2 weeks now. I wouldn't rule out 3 attackers going this summer. I wouldn't rule out Diaz, Jota, and Nunez all leaving. And
Chiesa, there's still a question marks over Chiesa as well.
Chiesa will stay. Chiesa's got a little bit more leeway, and he only costs like 12 million. There's a little bit more of an argument to keep Chiesa around. But then you look at the other positions, I think you're going to see at least one left back gone. Wouldn't be shocked if Joe Gomez went. Midfield wise, I know Endo and Morton are going to go.
This is why when we had this conversation this Friday, for the people that watch the show, I said, listen, we're leaving ourselves way too much to do in one summer. This is the thing, people just don't grasp this concept. Forget your idea of FSG or what you think about the club, or whether you like Hughes or not, whether you like Edwards or not, whatever. That is all irrelevant. The problem is we have left ourselves so much to do in the transfer window. It's just too much. It's genuinely just too much. Like, I don't think we can get this sorted all in one window.
No, we can't.
To be honest, half of it doesn't need to be sorted in a transfer window. I don't know if the football club know, but you can renew contracts at any fucking point in the season.
You can, but here's our problem, though. This is what I can see happening. Liverpool win the league. Will be euphoric. Obviously, we won the league. We didn't get to celebrate it in 1920. Now we really get to celebrate it. We might even pick up another trophy as well. But you never guess what. Like I said to Cal and the guys on Coppers yesterday, there's a dark cloud. That dark cloud won't even leave us, even if we win the Prem. Because once we win the Prem, or to say if we win the Prem, shall I say, because it's not definitive, but if we win the Prem, those contracts are still expiring. Players will leave. Like how you guys are saying, there could be a mass exodus. And then what does that do for the next season? Our problem has always been this. We don't ever capitalize when we're on top. When we're actually in a really, really good space, we don't take that next step and think, all right, this is where we strike now. Strike while the iron is hot. We never do that. We didn't do that in the chat after we won the Champions League. And do you know what makes it worse? We won the league after winning the Champions League. And that almost made FSG really happy that we was able to win the league without hardly spending any money. And I can kind of see it now. Say Liverpool win the league, I don't think there's this mass spending that people will be expecting if all these players leave. I generally feel like we'll just bring in a couple of players. This is how the football club is run, in my opinion. We do the bare minimum to get, and we expect the manager to extract absolutely everything out of those players. You have to remember something. This ain't even a slot team. This is a Jurgen Klopp team. This is Jurgen Klopp's players. And you know what's happening in front of our eyes right now? Those players are all now at some point, the majority of them probably going to be phased out. And some of them shouldn't be phased out. Some of them should be, maybe potentially, like Endo and whatnot. But some of them shouldn't be phased out at all. Like the real top generals in our team should not be phased out. Because Slot will need these players. And then he needs to bring in his own players. That's where the problem lies. So,
I think that the big three you need to sort out, but I'm not too bothered that there's going to be a mass exodus this summer because, like you said, this is a Klopp team, not a Slot team. This is a other recruitment models team, not this recruitment models team.
Tom, you can't do mass exodus under Liverpool's regime, though, bro. It doesn't.
You can't. That's the issue.
Not under this regime, bro.
So how much are we going to make off sales? I'll give you a list of players who I think could leave this summer. Kelleher.
Yeah. Don't give me numbers, just give me names. Now,
I'm giving you the names. Kelleher.
Yeah. Go.
So you got Kelleher, you've got Gomez, you've got Tsimikas, or Robbo. Either or, I'm just going to say Tsimikas.
Yeah.
Endo, Morton.
Yeah.
Doak, Nunez, Jota, Diaz, Elliot.
Yeah.
That's 10 players who I think could leave this summer.
You're right, and you would add the 3 players with a contract. They could also leave.
I'm just saying those are the 10 players. I said at the start those 3 are separate cases, but outside the current squad, excluding those 3, they're the 10 who I could see leaving the football club this summer.
Yeah.
That's 10.
Guys, Callum has the one thing now. Big up to you, Callum. Good luck in your appointment. Thank you so much for joining.
Big up, Callum.
Big up, bro.
We'll catch up. Smash the like button, people.
Yes, make sure you guys are liking the video. Big up to you, Callum. Big up.
Big up, brothers.
Big up, bro.
The thing is with this, like what Callum
but
did bring up.
if we sell 10
Tom,
players,
there's
we're
an
going to
issue with what
spend
you're
money.
saying. I just want to discuss one point. You've mentioned a lot already. You've mentioned a lot already. Like I'm not even talking. Forget what the team needs. Forget everything. If all these people leave that you're saying are gonna leave, if all the players leave, oh my god! And the contract situation, like you know how much work we have to do then.
Tom, even if only half leaves, you mentioned like nearly 10 players. Let's say 5, and then the 3 players of the contract, that's 8. Do you know how much work would be needed to replace 8? Even if you don't replace 8, because you know sometimes it's quality over quantity. Can you see a world where Liverpool even bring in 5 players? We brought in 4 last year, and that shocked me when we got all the midfielders in.
I could see bringing in 5. Yeah.
Can you?
The thing, this is a different model. This isn't the thing I'm saying. I'm going off what everything that was said about Edwards in the past.
Yeah,
Edwards would have made wholesale changes to a squad. He didn't really care. It was Jurgen Klopp and his team who went, no, we need to keep it as as little turnover as possible. And then you factor in what Arne Slot done at Feyenoord, which is when he needs to, he'll have big overturn in a squad. Sometimes it was because key players were taken from him. Other times it was he felt that the squad needed the overhaul. If you had a recruitment model that's willing to overhaul and a manager who's willing to overhaul, and in my opinion, a manager who wants to overhaul to get players who fit the way he wants to play, I could see it happening. I'm not saying that we are going to spend £700 million in a window, but if we sell Nunez, Diaz, Jota, Endo, Morton, Doak, Simicast, Kelleher, I've kept, like the ones who played some backup this season. Of course. You sell those 7.
Are you assuming the 3 stay?
I'm saying staying at 2. Trent goes, but Salah and Van Dijk stay.
So let's say 8
leave.
Yeah,
so
8 leave. 8 leave. If 8 leave, that gets you about 250 odd million.
Okay, no problem. So let's say we are correct.
So I would expect. I think Liverpool would spend as an absolute minimum in the summer 250 million quid.
That is the model.
But then even with the model, that's not enough.
But I was gonna say it's still not enough though. That's the problem.
No, but
I'm not exaggerating. If we sell 8 players, how many do we need to bring in? That's beside what we need in the team anyway already.
So if we were to sell, if we were to sell Doak, Diaz, Jota, Nunez, Simicast, Endo, Morton, and Kelleher, you don't need to buy a goalkeeper. So any money from Kelleher can go elsewhere. Any money from Doak can go elsewhere.
Really.
I get what you're saying.
Any money from Doak can go elsewhere. That's 60 million quid.
Yeah, but then you need if you sell the forwards that you say, that means you need to buy 3-4 forwards then?
3, yeah. But if you sell Diaz, Jota, Nunez, how much are you going to get for those 3?
But here's the problem. So unless Nunez goes to Saudi, you're not going to get a big fee. Jota, I do think, has interest in the Prem. I do think teams like West Ham will take a punt on him because even though Jota injury ravaged, they know he's still he's still a bagsman. He gets goals.
As a finisher, 100%.
Yeah, he's a finisher. So he will
get
get goals
for Jota easily, 45, 50.
But the problem is, though, it's all about what are you now going to bring into Liverpool? And here's the thing: when people know you've got that cash as well, the expectation of what people now expect you to pay, knowing that you need a striker. This is the problem that we need. We kind of got lucky, in my opinion, with the midfielder situation. McAllister release clause, Szoboszlai was a release clause, Endo was cheap as chips, and obviously Gravenberch, obviously Bayern didn't want him. On another summer, that could have easily been, there were no release clauses and we would have been haggling. And you know what happens when we haggle? We have situations like Lavia. We have situations with Caicedo.
Yes,
and we have situations with like Shuameni, for example. This is the thing that I don't like. Like Liverpool, the best way they do transfers for me is when out of nowhere they just find their target and they go bam. When I'm seeing other teams look at us and go, they're selling all their players. All right, cool. We're gonna fleece them. And this is where again we're very kind of like in our morals when it comes to a lot of transfers. Like we feel like if this is the value of the player, we're not budging. And this is why sometimes we miss out on targets. And I just don't want to see that. And not only that, are those replacements going to be of a certain level where we can all sit here comfortably and go, all right, do you know what? We're still going for the league again. Or we're going to look back and go, we're now just trying to get top 4.
In my mind, I know how I would replace the attackers. And
what profile of players, just quickly, what profile of players would you go for replacing Nunez? Just say Nunez, Jota, and Salah. Say all 3 of those leave, or 2 out of the 3.
Salah's a tough. I haven't factored in for Salah going because he's impossible to replace.
All right, then. Just do Nunez and Jota for now. Just do Nunez.
If you're getting rid of Nunez and Jota, you take any 2 out of the 3 of Mbeumo, Semenyo, and Cunha.
That's okay. So
which mix do you want to take? I think Liverpool need to make a return to domestic recruitment. It's the only recruitment style that hasn't not worked out for us. When we shop in Portugal, it's ropey. When we shop in Italy, it's ropey. When we shop in Germany, it's ropey. Even when we go to shop in Germany and we don't get the player, and then the player comes for a different team, it's still ropey. When we shop in France, it's ropey. When we shop in Spain, it's ropey. If I go through any player signed from an English club for Liverpool since Jurgen Klopp arrived, but Stephen Corker on loan and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who've done his knee, I don't think we've had a single real failure. Everyone has been varying degrees of success because you don't need that adaptation period. You don't need that 6 to 12 months where they need to get up to pace with the league and up to pace with the pace and up to pace with this, that, and the other. They are already there. They already know how to play against these teams. Managers already have an idea of how they play because they played against them. So it's easier to slot them into the system. That's why I think that needs to be a return.
Would you go? See, me personally, I would say Isak and say.
Yeah, but then Matt, this is the issue. We give ourselves a lot to do, like in the summer, we ain't gonna spend a big chunk of it on one guy.
No, agree.
I'm going to assume, for the sake of argument, that Newcastle accept 100 for Isak. I'm not even going to exaggerate. Let's say we call up and they say 100 million Isak is yours, no problem. Let's go off of Tom's budget, 250 million. Okay, we spend 100 on Isak, so now we have 150 to cover 2 wingers, a midfielder, a left back, and a possibly 2 center backs. That's like 6 positions. So we're going to do 25 million each. Like, where are we going to sign these players? Stuttgart?
The only real world that I can see us even getting Isak is if Salah was to actually leave, and the recruitment team will be thinking we need a player that can replace his goals. Mm-hmm. And even then, they still might not go for Isak because they might say if we can get 2 players in, maybe one's a striker, one's a winger that can cover Salah's goals, they might even do it like that. But that's the only way that I can. If Salah stays, Liverpool would never get Isak. I just don't see a world. If Salah leaves, there is like a 10% chance that Liverpool might think, you know what, we'll have to break the bank. Because remember, our club is very, very weird. Like, let's keep it about. We went and got Andy Carroll from Newcastle. Like, I know they both play for Newcastle, but that was just such a weird transfer for me at the time. Like, Carroll was just having some breakout season. All of a sudden, Liverpool were in a panic mode and we're like, oh my days, we're losing Torres. Like, what do we go and do? Like, so again, Liverpool do have that kind of thing in them where they out of nowhere just do something crazy. Because I'll be real, still to this day, I didn't think it was going to be for Caicedo at all. Do you know what I mean? Out of nowhere, Liverpool, 111 million bid. I'm thinking, what is going on? This ain't even real, bro. This ain't real.
And then Callum infamously said that statement that we're not going to...
Yeah. So, again, like, maybe it's just me trying to put it in the universe that I hope we get Isak. Because I'll be real with you, we're going to find it hard, in my opinion, to replace Jota, Salah if he leaves, and call me crazy, even Nunez. When I say hard to replace Nunez, I'm talking about, are we going to find
Haven't we ever replaced the 4 goals? Oh, no.
No. He's having a terrible year. Don't get me wrong. He's having a terrible year. Let me land, because I don't rate Nunez. But let me land. If I'm not mistaken, last year, he got like 19 goals. You got 19 goals. Remember,
you got 11 relevant ones. I'm not counting Europa League.
But it's more about the budget. Is the budget going to allow us to get 3 top players?
I think you can sell Nunez.
No, it's not
for the same. I think you can sell Nunez for the same money and bring in Cunha, and I think that's an upgrade.
Yeah, I think Cunha's better than Nunez, but I get Cunha's.
I think you could sell Nunez, and for paying slightly more, it's Mbeumo, and that's an upgrade. I think you could
I
sell
think Matt
Nunez,
from
and for
Coppers is
slightly
better
less,
than
you could get
Nunez.
Semenyo, which is an upgrade.
The thing, I'm not saying we'll miss Darwin lightly.
Tom,
but I
you're
think
saying
people-
all these players like they're gonna be cheap though. Like, do
That's
you
what I'm
understand?
saying.
Okay, so how much is
But our
Cunha
players aren't
worth?
expensive.
No, stop
It depends how
waffling.
much we
How much
get
is
for Nunez
Cunha
as well.
worth to Wolves? If you're the Wolves sporting director, how much are you asking for Cunha? Be objective. Don't exaggerate and don't under exaggerate. Tell me.
Well, if they get relegated, he's got a release clause. So
Off?
he's fucked.
That's
It's about
that's
50,
if he
50
signs the
million.
new deal. He hasn't signed it yet.
Okay.
That's what they're trying to
But,
negotiate
but
now.
then, but then even if they
don't
go
get-
down, they're
no
going to have
problem.
to
If they
accept a
don't
good
get
price offer.
relegated, then what? If they don't get
If they
relegated,
don't
I
get
don't
relegated, it
expect
probably
them to
goes
get
up to
relegated.
about 65, 70.
Okay,
he-
60. I think 60 is
I reckon
objective.
I reckon Cunha's going to ask to go in the summer anyway.
Do you reckon
Okay,
Cunha's
no
worth
problem.
60 M's?
I'm gonna do this with you.
Yeah.
60 million is objective. I accept. Semenyo, how much are you gonna get him for? 50?
40-ish, I reckon. 45.
Come on.
You're not Semenyo for 60. You're not,
Okay,
you're not
let's say we
60.
sign Kerkez and Semenyo. How much would you say both we get them for?
Kerkez and
Kerkez-
Semenyo would be about 90-ish, I reckon.
Which I
Okay,
think
so
is-
90 plus 60 is a 150 already. So we've signed
Bro,
3 players.
This is insane. Kirkes is about 35 M's. Yeah, he's not 50. Kirkes is not 50 M's, bro.
Right, so you get one of the best performing left backs who is 22 years old with so much
Bro.
room to grow.
I rate Kirkes highly. There's no way Liverpool are paying 50 million for a left back. I can tell you that for free, bro.
So
You think-
but then
you
we're
think
not, but then
Liverpool
we're
will spend
not
50
we're not getting a left back then because
No, Tom,
every
Tom,
team's asking for that.
You're
then.
forgetting who our club is. Do you really think Liverpool are paying 50 million for a left back? No matter how great he is, do you honestly think Liverpool will pay that? We
Yeah, I
we
think
didn't
we
even
would.
want to pay 40 mil for 50 mil for was it how much for Lavia?
Again, I am looking
I
at
rate
it in a different
Kirkes, you know.
way.
I want Kirkes at Liverpool. I'm just saying, even if he's valued at 50, Liverpool are nowhere near paying 50 mil. You forgetting what this club is like. The PR was ready. Do you remember? Jude Bellingham. Klopp says, we're not getting a midfielder. I know the midfielder I want. He's not available. Everyone caught on. Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham is available. PR's already in motion. Yeah, so basically, because we didn't realize we had to spend so much money, we can't get him no more. But here's the joke. Liverpool knew all the conditions. We were told, oh yeah, Liverpool know the conditions to get Jude Bellingham. All year, the PR suddenly just changed. Yeah, we know the conditions, but basically, like, we just realized we can't do it. This club, I'm telling you, Tom,
but that wasn't what the argument, the line put out was Liverpool can't justify spending that much on one midfielder when they have to buy 3 or 4, and we bought
Tom,
3 or 4.
Liverpool use too many excuses when they don't want to do something. They just didn't want to do it. They just didn't want to do it. And
but we
yeah.
couldn't do it. Matt, let's put it this way: if after the season that we had, Liverpool signed Jude Bellingham, what would our midfield have been?
Tom, we put a bid in for 111 million for Caicedo. There was money there. This was after we bought.
Yeah.
Tom, the money was there, in my opinion, to get Jude Bellingham. They just didn't, for whatever reason, they just didn't want to. The money's there. It's more about whether they feel this is good value for them. And I'm saying, you see me, you, and Husam. If we want Kirkes, we would just pay the 50. We don't really care if he costs 50. If that's the player you want, you go and get him. Liverpool, for me, are too rigid sometimes when it comes to like the player valuation. Like it frustrates me because Tom, I agree with you. I want Kirkes at Liverpool now, bro. And I'm saying pay the 50. But I just don't think the club do that, bro. Me personally, I don't see it. Maybe
and we've had opportunistic signings like on the horizon that we just didn't. I mean, let's
maybe
say
you got more
Tom is
faith
right.
in me that they'll do it. But
let's say Tom is right with the whole selling the wingers in the summer. Kvaratskhelia was available for £50 million. That's that's like FSG money. That's like you know, Fenway that's an opportunistic signing as they come. You essentially you upgrade on all the forwards you have, not called Mo. He's better than all of them. Let's just stop the guys. Stop waffling. Don't look Faradona. He's better than all of them, and he's available for 50, and he's in our age range, and he would sell hella shirts, and he would have a whole country supporting Liverpool Football Club in Georgia. Like it literally applies all the way through. Same thing with Zubimendi. 51 million release clause. Manager wanted him, club wanted him. Just pay the release clause. Don't give him 24 hours to think when it's his hometown club. There's so many mistakes that we've made over the last 6 months. The contract, like there is nothing that we've done right. We have let opportunities go as well. Like, it's not, we can't sit up here and act like we've been wanting these elite players. No, none of us. Look at the players we're talking about: Karkas, Cunha, Semenyo. Okay, we could have signed all of them last summer anyway. Like, we could have literally signed all of them last summer. The problem that I have is, and this is something that Tom mentioned, Jerry mentioned it on the Friday show, there's about 300 different things to do in the summer, if everything we're saying is true. We're talking about signing 7 players, 6, 7, 8 players. We're talking about renewing contracts. We're talking about Konate's contract expiring a year after, Alisson's contract expiring a year after. There's, by the way, the same contract bullshit is going to repeat next season if we're not careful, because we've got the Konate thing. We've got multiple different players who need contract extensions. And that is the issue with this conversation. And this comes back to the ownership. If they're interested in buying the Boston Celtics, I think that this might be once and for all, I hope so, our big break, and they sell Liverpool hopefully to buy the Boston Celtics.
They're not going to do that.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
They're not.
It's a possibility, but
they've just spent how much money setting up Edwards coming back, investing in this entire new footballing sector of FSG. They're not going to throw it away after a year. They clearly see that this is where they're going to spend at least an absolute minimum the next 5 years as a sector of their business where they want to work at the footballing side of it, and Liverpool will be the pinnacle of that. They're not going to get rid of us after. I know that they're interested in the Boston Celtics. I thought their big thing was to go buy the team that's going to form in LA.
I thought they were going to do no Vegas. You mean Vegas?
Vegas,
Vegas. Sorry, not LA, Vegas. So I thought that was always the big thing. So I look at that. I don't think they're going to sell us anytime soon. And then you just got to work around that. Again, I get everything that you're saying, and maybe this is blind optimism, and I'll be left massively disappointed in the summer, and that could very well happen. But I'm just looking at the fact that we've got Michael Edwards running everything. It's not, John Henry doesn't know fuck all about football, and he's not got a say in anything Liverpool do. Mike Gordon's taken a back step because Michael Edwards has taken that seat. I have a lot of faith in Michael Edwards. I have a lot of faith in the manager. If that's the case, I think that if you put them two together, you can get to a bit more of a.
I don't have faith in the common denominator.
But right, this is the part.
You say this. You can lean back all you want.
No.
Let me the last dance season. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the last dance. I know next season I'm going to be top 4 contender. This is it. I know this for a fact, because we have left ourselves too much to do. Why can't you acknowledge this?
I have done, but I also think that you're just going to have to do it then.
Okay, so if we signed a midfielder, a left back, and a centre back, let's say last summer, I'd have been with you. No problem. Okay, go sign your 2-3 forwards this summer, and you're good. We're going to be back challenging. But there is so much for us to do. There is so much, bro. We cannot do all of this. And the problem is, like, the thing that generally frustrates me, and I'll say it again, we have let opportunities pass us by as well. Like, even the Sherky thing, right? Even the Sherky thing.
I'm not. I thought the Sherky one. We got Elias.
No, I'm saying as an example. Even him, he's worth what, 20 million or less? Like, he's a FSG level signing. Make it in January. My thing is, these next 9 days, 10 days in this January window, do one or two things at least. Because number one, it helps us win the league this season. Number two, it minimizes a couple of things we have to do in the summer. Like the Karkas thing. It's not like he sat there, he's so in love with playing for Bournemouth that he doesn't want to move. Just fucking buy the guy. He's cheap anyway. Richard Hughes has connections in Bournemouth. Call Karkas, go buy him. Done. Problem solved. You can maybe play Robertson as like a second center back, like till the end of the season or whatever it is. Like, there's always ways around things. The midfield situation. Zubimendi says he's now considering a move away. Okay, go call Sociedad, give him the release clause. If Zubimendi doesn't work, there's Ederson. Like, my problem is we act like you can't do anything in January. What did City just do? City didn't go sign Isak, Mbappe, Rodrigo. They signed regular ass players, the same players that you'd expect us to sign. Kusanov, Douglas Luiz on loan.
I wouldn't want us to buy them players.
Marmoush. All of these players, they've signed what, like in January?
But Sam, I think they've overpaid for most of them. I think they've massively overpaid for Marmoush.
They're thinking about the future, though. Even if they have, they're thinking about.
I think they've bought with the transfer ban in mind. I think they've bought thinking we're going to not be able to buy for a couple of years. So we'll get everyone in now who's young, so that we've got cover for when we move players on and can't bring some in.
That's true.
But even if you're being cynical with City, haven't addressed the problem position. They're still running Gundogan pivot in 2025.
But here's the thing, though. As much as I believe you're right,
mocking it, but next season they're winning the league 100%.
I just feel like we got to focus on ourselves. And the issue that I have with Liverpool, where again I agree with Husam, is like we just got too much to do in the summer. Like,
yeah.
Let's say, for example,
the contract shouldn't be limited to the summer. If the football club can, pull the finger out their arse and understand that you can do contracts at any point in a season and not just limit them to the summer.
No, you're missing the point. You're right. You're missing the point. You're right. The problem is, though, we're talking about what's actually happening. And that's what's happening.
Yes.
Do you get what you're saying?
To happen, what's
happening?
happening?
We're just telling you this is what we see. So when you're saying things like, the club can sign players and sort out contracts at the same time, you're spot on. Me and Husam agree with you. What we're saying is, though, the reality is that doesn't happen at Liverpool. Do you remember how many jokes there is when it's like Liverpool, the only club that don't know how to get players to sign contract extensions and buy players in the market? It's like we're the only team that just can't do both, and sell players as well. It can only be one thing at a time, and that's the issue. And if that's how we're ran, we're not going to get very far in the summer because, like we're saying, there's too much to do.
Let me do it. So
I'll give you a quick example, Tom. What do you think of the Bournemouth centre-back, Husam?
Very good, but he wouldn't join us because we're not going to give him guarantees.
But
he'll have the same arguments as Leniolo.
I know you know people, and I posted it on my community page. People in the chat will remember. Guys, we wanted Husam in the summer. Tom, you know this, right?
We were interested, yeah.
No. We weren't just interested. We wanted to sign the guy.
Husam's a good up and coming.
Yeah, we wanted him. The guy that went to Bournemouth. We fully wanted him. We actually wanted to make that signing, but we fucked that up as well. And Tom, this is where I just want you to just wake up and join us in the world of realism. Like, I'm not asking you to be pessimistic. I'm just asking you to observe. Just observe what's happened. We fucked up Husam, and we fucked up Aït-Nouri, and we fucked up Zubimendi, and we fucked up
Aït-Nouri.
You know for a fact that we wanted Aït-Nouri. Stop lying. We fucked up. We fucked up Zubimendi. Kirkes is available. We fucked that up. Kvaratskhelia, we fucked that up. We haven't extended a single contract. And you're telling me we have like 9 things to do in the summer, and I'm supposed to go like, I trust in Edwards. Come on, Tom.
Yeah.
Come on, Tom. There's too much to do, bro. There's
Tom,
too much to do.
Do you trust the club to do what's right?
Do you actually trust the club?
Like genuinely, do you think the club will do what's needed, in your opinion?
I think they will do. I think the guys upstairs will do. Because I again might be blind optimism. It's a different model. It's a different set of people. If it was
the same different set model, hasn't gotten anything done though.
No, but this is where we disagree. The different model was spent this summer fixing the shit that the previous model had fucked up across the last 3 years. Upstairs, we were a fucking mess. The football club was a mess recruitment-wise and internal politics-wise when these guys came in. So I can understand why when we came in this summer, the focus wasn't on, right, who can we buy? It was about, fucking hell, we've got so much that we need to fix here. But so if you want to, first one's a buy. You try for a player, got a bit of disappointment that you didn't get him, but first one's a buy. This summer, maybe it's blind optimism, like I said, but this is the one where the manager's figured everything out. The manager had a year to figure everything out, and he'll have figured everything out. He probably figured it out before this, but we'll say he needed the year to figure everything out. Yeah. Contract situations become clearer. Players make the decisions. When we say we've got a lot to do,
definitely blind optimism. Definitely blind optimism.
You have a lot to do, but there's a reason why you pay these fuckers so much money. They should do what they've got to do.
The fact that we do have a lot.
And when we look at the contract, because I was the one who brought up the contract situation, I pulled it up here. So if we go through it, 2025 contracts expire at the end of the season. You've got Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk. So we'd like all 3 of them to sign up. 2026. Canate, Robertson, Kelleher. The only one that I think is going to sign a deal later is Canate. So the other 2 will either be sold or will be Kelleher will be sold and Robertson will probably be let go at the end of his contract. And then 2027, you've got Diaz, who I think will be sold. Jota, who I think will be sold. Jones and Elliot, who should be offered new deals. Gomez, who will probably end up being sold. Alisson, who I think will leave on a free. Simicast will be sold at some point in the next 2 years. Endo will be sold, and Bradley, who needs a new deal. So out of the next 3 years, bear in mind, I don't think Trent's going to sign a new deal. That's Salah, Van Dijk, Canate, Jones, Elliot, Bradley. That's 6 players that need new deals in the immediate future. Now, it sounds like a lot, but there's 14 players there, I think, whose contracts are expiring. Out of those 14 players, I only need 6 to sign. That's 8 players who are either going to leave on a free, which gives you ample time to figure out the replacement, or you're going to sell them, and you'll do that with an immediate replacement in mind.
If you're going to sell them, Tom, you'd have to sell them literally in the summer of 2020. Well, some of them you can. In fact, if we're being realistic, Tom, you have to sell them this summer.
You want to sell them next summer, but
no, this summer. If you sell them next summer, they all have a year left. The ones that in 2027 will have a year left because they'll be in 2026, Tom. That's not good, bro.
I know, which is why I said I think this season.
So to your point, then imagine what you just said, yeah. So you've gone and said there's quite a few players contracts run out in 2027. So we don't end up where we are now again. We would have to sell them this summer. Because what would happen is, if you try and sell them in 2026, that player could haggle to the point where we get no value again, and we end up losing again players for free. Do you see why we're?
But the football club are willing to lose players on a free. That's been very obvious.
And this is why there's an issue, Tom, because
this is the problem. Thank you.
I don't think it's an issue with certain players. Are you really that arsed? Are you really that arsed if Alisson goes on a free?
On a free? You want to let Alisson go for free?
At the end of his contract in 2027, yeah?
For free, with
even if we sold Alisson
group owning our club for free.
Tom, even if Alisson went to flipping, I'll give an example. Bayern Munich for like.
I'm not saying if there's a big money offer that comes in, reject it so we can let him go on a free. No, but I'm saying if no offers come in the next few years, or the only offers that come in are like 10, 15 million, I'd rather keep Alisson.
Saudi would definitely go for Alisson.
But Matt, that's why I said if there's no big offers that come in, if a Saudi offer comes in, yes. Go eat your barbecue Tom, over in Al Hilal or whatever.
Unless you're talking about players like, for example, Endo, Simicast, Robbo, off the top of my head.
Tom, you're tripping, honestly. You are.
The majority of the players are gonna get offers. They're good players, bro. Like,
they're all gonna find football clubs, every single one of them.
Yeah,
Robert like, included.
It's not like the list of like 14 players is like, I don't know, 11 are scrubs. It's more like 11 good players and 3 scrubs, so to speak. So that's what I'm saying, Tom. We are in a position where this whole thing is going to start back around again within a year. And this is a horrible thing to say, but too many players leaving in 2027, which means theoretically you would need to sell them this summer. You can't wait until the summer of 2026 because it's just going to be right where we are now.
But there's some players on.
Do you get what I mean, though?
I get what you mean, but I think that only really applies to certain players who have a lot of value to lose. So, like, if we get Diaz getting to the last 12 months, then yes, because you're gonna lose like 25, 30 million of value straight away,
and his age as well.
Yeah, but if it's Endo,
no, Endo's different. I'm
only gonna lose. Fucking, he's only worth about 5 mil anyway. I'm gonna lose 2 mil. Oh no,
no, Endo's different.
If it's Simicast, there's certain ones there.
Like, even the way that we operate. I'd rather get 10 mil than get nothing.
Sure.
I'm not
saying
the type of club that would squeeze the shit out of that lemon. So like give me any money I can get.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Van Dijk argument. Van Dijk, if we give him a contract, if we give him a 3-year contract extension, 2 years from now he's finished, he's done, he wants to move to Saudi. Even getting 30 million for Van Dijk, 25 million is better than getting 0.
Agreed.
Like 25 million is better than 0, and that is the point. The issue that Tom doesn't realize, and Jerry didn't realize on Friday.
But let me ask you this, Husam.
It's too much work, though. It is.
But is it too much work, though?
Trust aside, you've literally. I don't even think City
Husam, sorry. No. You've literally just mentioned about 5 minutes ago what Man City have done this window. Man City this window have bought 3 players. They bought 4 actually because they bought another centre back who we've loaned out. So they bought 4 players and they sourced out 1 contract and they're looking at sorting out a couple more. That's in a January window where you've got 31 days and it's tough to do business in. Do I think the football club in a summer window where where they don't need to figure stuff out. Everything should have been figured out across this 12 months. That's the big point.
Okay, let me answer that.
You didn't do anything last summer, so you had 12 months to figure everything out.
Okay, let me
should
answer.
just be
City,
bang, 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 bang,
City
bang.
are in a similar position to us. Me and you both work with LB. I'm sure Matt knows City content creators as well. They said this whole season they need a rebuild. You want to know the difference between a smart club and a dumb club? Smart club being City, dumb club being us. Smart club does 4 of the 8 things that they need to do in the summer in January. Literally, the whole point of them doing all this is to minimize the things that they need to get done in the summer, because they know that KDB is gone in the summer. There's plenty of players that they're going to sell. Probably Grealish is gone in the summer. They're going to sell about 4 to 5 players this
They're
summer.
going to get Florian Wirtz, you know, because
exactly. So because
KDB.
they have a lot to do in the summer, you know what they did in January? They went bought 3-4 players. My whole point is, if I've got 8, 9, 10 things to do in the summer, just do 3 of them in January. Just do 3 of them in January. Just do 2 of them in January. If 3 is too much to ask for.
Yeah.
Sam, let me just say this. The centre-back situation is a perfect example. The centre-back market is stacked with quality all over the world for players available from 40 to 50 million. No exaggerating amounts. Bundesliga centre-backs, Portuguese league centre-backs, German league centre-backs, hell, even Premier League centre-backs that you could sign in to help your team. Same thing with the midfield. Ya Habibi Zubimendi said, no problem. Khalas, the world doesn't end. You've got plenty of options. Even if we sign a Stiller, I'm not even going to say anyone mad. Even if we sign a Stiller for 30 million, 40 million, whatever it is, that is still within our price range. Minimize what you have to do in the summer. The issue is we have so much to do in the summer and we are not that club at the same time. That's the thing with this whole conversation. People need to understand. City looked at the season and were like, we need a rebuild. We're absolute dog shit. You know what we're going to do? Let's go sign 3 players in January. Let's go fix up what we can fix up now. And now the smart thing is Kusanov, Marmoush, Douglas Luiz, if they do sign him on a permanent in the summer, and the other players that they're going to get in January. I think they're going to get, what's his name? Andrea Cambiasso as well from Juventus. All these players now have time to settle in, get used to the country, get used to the culture, get used to the manager, get used to the team. And in this 6-month period, they've already settled in. So by the time next season starts, they're good to go. And then the other 3-4 players they get in the summer are also good to go. And that's why City are going to win the league next season. I'm predicting it from now. Clip me. Cook me next season if it doesn't happen. City are winning the league next year. It's done already. Because of the way that they're planning. We don't plan to fail. We just fail to plan. Whether it is Fenway Sports Group or Hughes or Edwards, whoever it is. Even the rebuilding the mess that was upstairs, that doesn't necessitate or equate to we're not going to spend money. Those 2 things are not mutually exclusive. You can still fix the stuff upstairs and make 1 or 2 signings. Husam is a perfect example. 19 million. Me and you both know, because we both know people who know people, that we wanted them in the summer. That's a signing we could have made.
Yeah, but I don't think it was as far along as you make out it is. From what
who are we talking about? Sorry, who?
Hoyson as an example.
I think Hoyson in the summer was a similar situation to Lenny Yoro, where we were heavily interested, and then when it came down to discussing it, they wanted guarantees about playing time that we couldn't give because Quansah was still seen as very high up in the list, and then you got Canate and Van Dijk getting minutes. It didn't make sense for a centre back to come in and be guaranteed X amount of minutes with the situation that the club was in at that point. I think this summer it would be different. If Husam was at Juventus and it was the situation this summer coming up, I think it would be an entirely different argument because the spot is there. But last summer the spot wasn't there, and he will have wanted. He's 19. He wanted guarantees about playing time. Same with Lenny Yoro that we couldn't give, and it didn't just. And then we fell down the pecking order. For me, I don't disagree with the idea that you need to get stuff done in January, but it's also a case of. The type of players that we want, I don't think aren't available in January, especially from where I want it to be.
Nah, Tom.
Right.
Tom.
Do you think? Right. Okay. Let me ask you
Bharat
this.
Scalia was available for 50 million pounds.
I get that, Husam. But right now, looking at the football club, do Liverpool Football Club need a left winger?
Yes, because we need one in the summer. So get something done now instead of doing it in the summer. That's the point.
You said, do Liverpool need a left winger? But you also sat there and said, I reckon Diaz is probably going to go. So do Liverpool need a left winger?
Nunez and Jota.
Right. Jota and Nunez, I think the football club are going to sell. I
Is that
think
not future planning? If you bring in Kvaratskhelia now, is that future planning? Yes or no?
Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
Should
Is
the
he
club have
better
made
than
that
anything
move?
we can sign in the summer for 50 million pounds?
Should
Yes.
the club have made that move? And he can play in the 10 as well. Should the club have made that move, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think they should have done.
So what are we doing here, Tom?
You just
What are we
debunked your own
doing?
point.
What are we doing?
Even the Tom disciples in the chat can't defend you. Tom just.
See what I'm saying,
I'm
Tom?
sorry.
Like,
Just
come
go,
on,
don't
bro.
be wrong and strong for once in your life. Don't be wrong and strong. Go like, you know what? I got this wrong. There are good players we can sign.
And you know what? You could. I know what you're saying. It's a lot harder to get players in January. There's no denying that. But what my argument was going to be though was like, if you really want a player in January, and you know that it's really gonna help you short term and long term, like a Luis Diaz, you just go and do it. You just go and do it. You don't. You have to fight off other clubs to go and get that player. If you really want that player, you go and do it. Even if it's going to cost you a little bit more. And here's the thing in Liverpool, we've done it in the past, like with the. Did we get Gakpo in January? Was it?
Yeah,
we did.
Gakpo's in January,
And Diaz in January, and Suarez in January,
There's a few players in January. We need that now. We need that uplift now. I feel like even if it's just one player, it helps uplift the club and also shows the players as well. We've got ambitions to still win this league. Because here's what I'm really worried about, and I think a lot of people are worried about as well. We can still very much win this league, but after that is a full unknown. And I know you guys have both been talking about Man City. I'm not even just looking at City, because City, although will be dangerous, it might not be them. It could be Chelsea. It could be Arsenal. But what I'm saying is we just need to be prepared for whoever that challenger is. Because you guys might be right. It might be City, but it might be one of the other teams I mentioned. We just got to be ready. And I feel like if we don't make those steps, like Husam saying, yeah, we're not going to be in the right place. And I do think there's going to be a drop-off, and we're going to be so disappointed to go from potentially winning the league to now we are fighting for top 4. We are fighting Newcastle.
We will fight for top 4, by the way.
Yeah, we are fighting
Chelsea
if all these things happen that we hope don't happen. That's what I'm worried about, Tom.
I get that worry. I just look at it. I think the football club will have an idea of the players that they want, and with the way that we operate, there's very little deviance from the players that we want. I don't think any of them are available this window. And the idea that we have to look at what City have done with Marmoush. I think they've overpaid for Marmoush anyway, but even then, I don't think that's the kind of business that we need to do. If you're going to make signings this window, yeah, it has to help. For me, it has to be further back.
No one is.
Everyone in the comment.
We're using City as okay. This is what we're doing. Just so you understand the argument here, we're using City as a measuring stick of a club that needs a rebuild, getting stuff done in January.
But do we need a rebuild?
Yes, because you mentioned selling 9 players. That's by definition a rebuild.
No, right, I've mentioned selling 9 players. Right, I've mentioned selling 9 players, but out of them 9 players, Kelleher. Fucking moot point.
No problem.
Doak is a moot point because he's not part of the squad.
Carry on.
Endo Morton are pretty much moot points.
No, because they're midfield depth.
But you've got a backup line of players coming through as well who can step up in that minute. We have no idea what's going to happen with Bajcetic. Maybe Bajcetic comes back next season, and all of a sudden there's another option there. So
yeah,
again,
but the problem is you're just doing best case scenarios for us. That's the issue now.
How is that?
You're acting like
best case scenario
is ready to make that step up. Have you watched the Austrian league? Do you know that he is?
What if
Bajcetic is crap for Salzburg? Then what?
Do I think Stefan Bajcetic is ready to step up and be in a position where he can play backup minute or a similar amount of minutes to what Endo was played in the Premier League this season? Yes, I do. Because he's done that already.
Forget all the mute points. Diaz, Jota, Nunez. That's 3.
Yeah.
Okay. We need a centre back. Gomez is also gone. We need a centre back.
I don't know if Gomez is gone.
Okay, no problem. We need a centre back anyway. One of the left backs.
I think Liverpool need to buy. If you're just looking at this current squad as it is right now, Liverpool need a left back, a centre back, and a midfielder.
Yes.
And the rest is just replacing who was sold.
Yes, no problem. I agree.
Okay.
But so if you tell me we're going to sell 3 forwards,
Yeah.
That means that is 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3 contract extensions, 9. So that's what I'm saying. The things that we have to get done in the summer, do 2 of them now. Okay, January 1st comes through. January 1st comes through. Tom, just listen. Listen to understand. Don't listen to just respond. January 1st comes through. Zubimendi walks through the door. Kvaratskhelia walks through the door. 2 things happen. Number 1, you guarantee the league title for this season. Number 2, now I have 2 less things to do in the summer. Number 3, whatever 50 million I'm going to spend on whatever player in the summer will not be of Kvaratskelia's quality. Which is why me and Matt agree, when it comes to even opportunities that we should take, we aren't taking.
But Husam, I was on a stream with you, but I said that Kvaratskhelia was the one that I wanted.
Yeah,
100%.
So just say that there are opportunities we aren't taking.
Yeah, but and that's one that I have been angry about.
Thank you.
I also look at it and go, right, it's been, it's gone. So what's next? What do we do next then?
But Tom, the point is, you're saying you believe that. When I asked you earlier in the show, I was like, "Do you believe the club will make will replace the players?" And you were then, you said, "I do." But at the same time, the club had one thing to do, arguably in January. That was bringing a player of Kvaratskelia's quality, because we all know at some point some forwards are going to leave, and he's available at a good fee. You go and get him, bro. That's what you do. You go and get him. If Liverpool didn't do that, what gives you the belief that they're going to go on and do something better in the rest of this window or in the summer? What gives you the indication that Liverpool?
I think we got to the Kvaratskhelia stuff slowly. We got to the Kvaratskhelia stuff too late, and he was already very advanced with PSG. And I don't know why we put out the brief.
Bro,
Tom,
they got Marco Edwards. These man monitor everything, bro.
Hold on.
Tom, you know you're a smart man. If we offered him just 30 grand more than PSG, he signs for us. Let's stop fooling each other, right? We're Liverpool Football Club. We're a fucking Lamborghini. Can we stop acting like a bicycle?
We offered Lavia more money, and he turned us down.
Tom,
I heard
you are using something completely different to state an argument. When it comes to coming in late, we came in late for Diaz. Spurs negotiated 20 days. We came in late for Diaz.
That's Tottenham. I'm not about fucking Tottenham here.
PSG, massive club, big club, French league. Do you think any player in the world, 99% of the players want to play for Liverpool in the Premier League or PSG in the French league? Don't lie to yourself. Be objective here.
I think it's a split. I think some people want to go play in France. I think some people want to play for PSG.
His brother came out and said before he even signed the PSG, yeah, I can see him playing it's the league that he loves. Basically saying, if someone from the Premier League really wants to sign my brother, he will go there.
He would go there,
Liverpool done what we normally do. We monitored the situation and said, now we got too much things to do. We got to focus on these contracts, guys. Let's not buy players. We got to focus on contracts because we can only do one thing at a time. And that's my argument, bro. This club, for me, moves too slowly and we can't multitask, bro. This is what the club can't do.
And lacks ambition as well.
Yes.
That's it.
Look, again,
if you tell me you're gonna sign opportunistic players, when an opportunity arises, get the player. It's just okay. So you're gonna be opportunistic, no problem. The opportunity is there.
PSG. It's not like I can understand it would hurt more, but I can understand if it was like Chelsea or like like another
Real Madrid, Barcelona.
PSG, like Sam said, they're still a big team in their own right, but the French league has literally diminished since Mbappe left and Neymar and Messi. If I'm not mistaken, I don't even know whether the French league is shown in the UK. I could be so wrong, by the way. They were struggling for TV rights because they couldn't sell the league anywhere because there's no stars there. That's how bad the French league is at the moment. That's how bad it is. We could have easily got Kvaratskhelia. I don't know what Liverpool were doing. The more I think about it, the more it's so frustrating that we just allowed a player of that caliber, that ability, just to walk to PSG. And what made it worse is the journalist, Ornstein was the one that was like Liverpool monitoring and what is it? What was his words exactly? It was something like monitoring closely and waiting or something to make the opportunity.
If the opportunity presents itself, we'll make a move. It was something.
So apparently the opportunity never presented itself, so that's why we didn't do it. Anything.
Come on, Tom. We have to be at some point in time. We just have to be completely honest about this club, okay? When it comes to opportunities, You know, I can name you literally 10 opportunistic signings right now that we didn't make. You want me to name 10? You know how many players I can name that are opportunistic that we didn't go in for?
Go for it.
Douglas Luiz wanted to leave Aston Villa in the summer. That was opportunistic. Why didn't we sign him?
No, Douglas Luiz costs 50. How much did Juventus spend on Douglas Luiz?
No, it was
50.
one of the weirdest deals ever. Remember, it's like that swap deal.
Yeah,
Some mad swap deal with 2 players.
But that was a
something was
PSR
down
deal.
on there. We could
That
have
was a
probably.
PSR deal.
Yeah, but that was opportunistic. Douglas Luiz wanted to leave in the summer. Zubimendi was opportunistic.
Yeah, I'm
Kvaratskhelia
in for him.
was opportunistic. Ederson in the summer was opportunistic. Huijsen
I don't
was
like Ederson.
opportunistic. By the way, just so everyone knows,
Explain
the
it,
thing
please.
with Gomez and Isak in the summer was real. The thing with Gomez and Gordon in the summer was
I
real.
know we turned down Isak.
When Newcastle were going through FFP problems, we could have signed Alexander Isak for Gomez and money. Is that opportunistic, Tom? Or is that not opportunistic enough for you? We could have signed Gordon as an opportunistic signing by sending Gomez the other way.
But Husam, this is where I disagree with you. We tried to sign Zubimendi and he turned us down. We tried to sign Gordon and Newcastle found another way of doing it.
Stop it.
Husam,
At the start,
football isn't run. Football is not run on Liverpool's beck and call. Liverpool done everything they could do for that Anthony Gordon deal, but Newcastle just found another way and cancelled it.
Okay,
what more can we do?
You know people like myself, right? We're both not ITKs, but we know stuff and we hear stuff. Before the Gordon stuff even happened, was it not Gomez and money for Isak? Don't lie.
What I've been told is we were offered Alexander Isak, and we said no, we didn't want Alexander Isak.
This is so upsetting.
That alone.
Hold on.
Just stop, Husam.
No, I know. Are you? I'm not sitting there going, it was smart.
Imagine you could have given them Gomez and money for Alexander Isak.
I know.
Isak was offered. Remember?
No.
They were going.
I'm angry about the Isak stuff as well, but that one just wasn't. That one wasn't going to materialize. The one that did materialize was Gordon.
Yeah, but if we moved quickly, we're like, okay, here's Gomez and 40. Give me fucking Isak.
You were not getting right. No, Husam. Let's be said. You were not getting them for Gomez and 40. They were asking for mega money then.
Okay, what did they want? Gomez and what?
I think because they valued Gomez at 35. I think. So they wanted a package of around 115. So if anyone can do the math, it was like 80 plus Gomez or something.
Is that opportunistic for Isak?
One of the best strikers in the Prem.
Again, I'm angry that the Isak one didn't happen, but that's not. But my point wasn't about the Isak one. My point was the Gordon one. Liverpool did nothing wrong with the Anthony Gordon one. Do I think we should have went for Isak? Yes, I think we should have went for Isak. But when the Anthony Gordon one came around, they first wanted Quansah. And we said, no, we don't want to give you Quansah.
Yeah, because that's very smart right there. Quansah.
Oh, right. Okay, Sam, in the summer, was everyone sitting there going,
all you should have done is just check his Instagram DMs and we would have been like, yep, let's go.
Jarell Quansah in the summer, I don't think anyone wanted to sell him.
How can I quit smoking when I work with Tom and I support Liverpool Football Club? It's fucking impossible, bro. It's impossible.
Then they asked for Elliot, and we didn't want to give up Elliot.
Yeah.
And then they asked for Gomez, and we worked out a deal with Newcastle. Anthony Gordon was prepped to do his medical, and then Newcastle sold 2 other players.
Yeah, I know.
Elliot Anderson and Minter, and they pulled the plug on that deal.
It's supposed to have it on a Sunday. I remember.
Yeah, we had everything agreed for Gordon on the Friday or the Thursday, and then Minter and Elliot Anderson deals were sourced out on the Friday, I think. So we agreed everything on the Thursday, and then the other deals were done on the Friday. Liverpool couldn't do anything. It was all in Newcastle's hands at that point.
Yeah, but why couldn't Liverpool do anything? Because we're not quick enough to do anything. You know, if I was in Richard Hughes' spot, imagine you're Richard Hughes. You're the new sporting director.
Right,
of Liverpool.
Sam, that entire thing was Newcastle's. That entire thing was Newcastle's side.
Rod, let me get this scenario.
No, that entire thing was Newcastle's side.
Stop interrupting the great idea that I'm about to propose. You're Richard Hughes. You're the new sporting director at Liverpool. You can announce yourself to the world. I'm here. You get the call from Newcastle. We're going through FFP problems. Give me Gomez and money for Isak. If I'm in Richard Hughes' position, in the next hour, I get that deal sorted. Oh, you want Gomez and 70 for Isak? No problem. 70 million will be wired to your bank account tomorrow. Bring me Isak. Oh my God.
But Husam,
that is an opportunity and a half not just an
Husam.
opportunity. That is possibly the best striker in the league, one of the best strikers in the world. For who? For Joe Gomez, who was out of favor with Arne Slot. And even in the summer, I would have gotten rid of Konsa. Even in the summer, I would have gotten rid of Konsa for Isak.
Right.
For Alexander Isak.
Yeah.
And then Kvaratskhelia, and then Zubimendi, and then Ederson, and then Stiller, and then the two random Americans that you wanted. I could go on. And then Alex Baena. You wanted to bring out the names? Want to bring out the names of the players that would have helped us? Yeah, look like that. You think I don't watch football? La Liga's there on BN Sports, mate. I watch La Liga.
Because you know what I think Liverpool needed this season to help them out? Another attacking midfielder.
Oh yeah, okay. You think Baena can only play attacking midfield? Yeah. Okay,
What we put Baena, we were putting Baena in the pivot.
Who recommended Ait Nouri to the club?
I don't fucking know.
You don't know, so you don't know information anymore. So you're gonna don't know information anymore.
Sam, I don't know anything about the Ait Nouri stuff.
Who recommended that the club should side Ait Nouri?
I don't know.
Mo Salah, fraud.
Oh, great.
Mo Salah recommendation.
Tom's moving like he don't know nothing.
Yeah, suddenly he doesn't know anything. He knows the lineup for today. He knows information. This guy has access to Paul Joyce, bro. This guy acts like he don't know nothing. Shut your ass up, Tom. Stop trying to do this whole humble thing now.
Sam, the Newcastle stuff would I stand by. The Newcastle stuff would never, even if it was Isak instead of Gordon, the Newcastle stuff wouldn't have happened because them selling Gordon or Isak was like DEFCON 5, worst case scenario.
Yeah, but
so they were delaying and delaying and delaying.
I would have obviously Isak, but yeah.
Even if we'd agreed the deal on the 20th,
we had Isak in this team.
We agreed the deal on the 27th. Even if we'd agreed it on the 20th, Newcastle would have just delayed up until the deadline. And if it got to the deadline and they weren't going to get it done, then they would have sanctioned the deal.
But Tom, do you know what you're doing? You're doing the thing of, yeah, this could happen, but Tom, we didn't even try.
No, we didn't try for Isak. We didn't try for, but we did for Gordon. That's why I don't hold.
Yeah, the Gordon one we did try. Yeah, the Gordon.
We didn't try for that one.
Do I think the club should have chose differently when offered both of them? Yes, I do think the club should have chose differently.
What I'm saying is,
but I don't.
If we were opportunistic, this is our front line. Look at this. This front line would tear apart any defense in world football. Imagine Kvaratskhelia on the left, Salah on the right, Isak down the middle. Oh my God. You see, currently in the Premier League, we're 15-5-1. We would have been 21-0-0. That would have been the record.
I agree with that.
We would genuinely be invincible. People don't understand.
Bro, this Isak stuff, just like, I'm not gonna lie, it just makes me feel depressed. I just think of who we have and who Newcastle have, and I just get depressed, bro. Like, and that's no slight on
the Isak one,
Darwin, but Isak's just on another level, man. It's just, for me, the only person that can talk to him is Haaland. Haaland is the only striker that can talk to Isak, and it depends who you prefer, like playing style, whatever. It doesn't really matter. They're both amazing strikers, and we should have had one of them. Liverpool are known for having great number 9s. I'm still waiting for that to happen again, man. I can only hope and pray Richard Hughes has seen this stream and thought, nah, man, I've let too many people down. I've got to do something. I've got to do something. Like, they don't run it. And you just see him. You just see him bid 130.
Wi-Fi. I don't know if Richard Hughes has the Wi-Fi and whatever nice little place he is abroad.
Yeah, bro.
He still used up his annual leave.
Bro, I need Isak at Liverpool, bro. Like, that will be the one player. This is going to sound crazy, yeah? Say we lost Salah. And obviously, say we lose Jota and we only bought one forward, like for whatever reason, but I'd still be happy with just Isak because he'll give me hope. Because he'll give me hope.
No,
and I'll be clinging on. Let me land, Tom. Let me land. Let's say, for example, we got Isak and say an unknown quantity as the right winger replacement. Because Liverpool are changing the profile because they want the goal getter to now be the striker, and the wingers are just supposed to be the supporters. Yeah, support player, so to speak. So say it was like Isak and say player of like Minter, someone like a Minter, Minter's okay.
Yeah, like a raw talent, basically.
Yeah, raw talent. Bro, I'm telling you for now, I'll be clinging on to that hope, bro. Because Isak is a superstar, bro. He just doesn't have the PR like other strikers. He doesn't have PR like that. That's all it is.
So Matt, you would sell Diaz, Nunez.
No, I'm not saying I will sell. I'm
and
just saying,
Jota.
imagine if like there's say Salah leaves, which I don't want to happen, by the way. Let's just say Salah leaves and say Jota gets sold. Yeah. If
And
there's
Nunez.
one player that can
Nunez
give
is
me a
going to go as well.
yeah, all right, see when I add you're just adding
Oh
more,
wow,
but
I'm
just
gonna
saying.
be in tears when
but
Nunez
no,
goes.
but
Then
if
I'll get
anyone's going to
another
go this
forward
summer,
then.
if anyone's going to go this summer, it'll be Nunez. If you're selling Salah, Jota, and Nunez, and then my replacement is Isak and an unknown quantity right winger.
No. You got. I'm saying if 2 players leave, we can't do 3. I'm just
Right.
saying.
So if Salah and Nunez go,
let's say Salah leaves, yeah,
Mhm.
and say Nunez is sold.
Yeah.
I can cope. Listen to what I'm about to say. I can cope with say Isak and say Kubo from Real Sociedad. I can cope with that.
Yes,
I can cope.
Yes.
I can cope.
Why are you saying Kubo like he's like this unknown? Kubo will cost you 60 million.
No, I don't
No,
think
but
Kubo
he's
would.
talking
No.
about like a winger that's not.
But
like
we know
on our
Kubo,
level.
yeah, from a production wise, ain't gonna get nowhere near Salah. We know Kubo's obviously a good player.
Okay,
but
use
what
a
I'm
different
saying is,
example.
I
So
don't
he
think he's
stops
the general
crying. Let's say
consensus player that
Minte.
everyone
Happy
wants.
now? Minte. Just say Minte. Say anyone.
Yeah,
may
Minta.
go.
That's what I'm saying.
Or
Yeah,
whoever.
Minta and, yeah.
We would cope because of Isak.
No,
And that's the point.
I don't
You're
think that would work.
defending the club for the club fucking up opportunities.
I
You
am
fraud.
not. I am not.
Own it. Own
Right,
it. We have fucked up every
Husam.
single opportunity.
Mhm.
All this opportunistic nonsense. Our opportunity,
Mhm.
our version of opportunistic is Federico Chiesa with no knees and no hamstrings. You fucking fraud. Have some
Mhm.
shame. We sang the Italian national
Yeah.
anthem because we were so thirsty.
Mhm.
That's why we sang it,
Yeah.
because we were so thirsty and dead that we
Still don't-
celebrated the Chiesa signing. If I told you in August last year in our shows that we're gonna sign only Chiesa, you'd have said we'd had a fucked up shit summer if that's the case. But there you are. So it's just own it and admit it. We have fucked up so many opportunities.
If you're sitting there and telling me that my replacement for Salah is Isak, I'm all right. You know, I'll pass.
You're all right. That's what I'm, so
I-
you're
I-
okay with Isak then?
No, I don't think if Isak was the only guy we bought, I wouldn't feel confident.
No,
at
Tom, you're missing my point. If Salah was to leave, remember, talk about Salah's production here.
No, but
we
my
need
point
someone
is,
with high caliber production. Yeah, go on.
Isak has high caliber production, but he doesn't give me the one thing Salah does, which is availability. What do I do for the 3 months Isak's out injured for?
Isak ain't normally out for 3 months. I don't think it's as bad as that.
If I go find his injury history,
I don't think it's as bad as that. Because
Mama,
I'll arguably say
we're talking about what could have happened in the summer. We're not talking about now.
So
No,
this
what's this season? How many games have you missed?
This season he's missed 8 games.
Okay.
Last season he missed 12 games.
Is that in the Prem?
I've just got Newcastle games here.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
it just says
overall,
Newcastle.
yeah,
So he's
yeah.
missed 8 Newcastle games.
Yeah.
Yeah. He missed 8 games this season, 12 games last season, 19 games the year before that.
I'm not
So that's
it's getting progressively better.
That's on average about 12 games. No, but this season isn't finished.
All right, this season isn't finished yet. How many goals has he got in the Prem?
Like 14. Is it 14?
No.
15.
I just want you to go and check.
15.
In how many games has he played?
20.
He's played 20.
Oh, 15 and 20. Wow.
Hold on, he's played 20 games in the Prem.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he missed games like in them little cups then, right?
He missed 2 in the Prem, 1 in the FA Cup, and 2 in the League Cup.
So he's only missed 2 in the Prem. But this guy, and again, I know you're talking about his overall like injury history, but if we're talking about recent, he's only missed 2 in the Prem, and he's got 15 goals in 20.
Yeah, he's had a decent season in Dubai this season. Last season,
Brother, I'm gonna be real.
8 in
If
the
you
Prem.
buy me a striker
9
that
in
is
the Prem,
only
sorry.
available, I'm gonna give you an example. Say the striker's only available for 32 games in a 38 game calendar thing for the Prem, and he bags 26 goals or something like that. I'm taking it, you know.
I'm taking it. Let's go.
People have this notion about availability. Don't get me wrong, availability is very, very important. But you could be available, and it's going to sound really bad what I'm about to say, but you could be available all year round. For example, Darwin Nunez, and you know what I'm saying, you don't get that many goals. So you gotta think about it, bro. Sometimes it's about the balancing act.
But it comes. I get what you're saying with this, Zach. For me, I've had enough of players who have shown they've got a major injury. There's only one player this summer I'd sign.
I understand.
No, but it's not even just Keita, Ox, fucking go further back.
hear it,
Study.
I hear
I've had. There's only one player this summer who I'd sign who has an injury history, and that's Boubacar Kamara, and that's because he's come back from that injury even better. And even then, it was an ACL
Aston Villa,
injury.
innit? Yeah.
That's the only one I'd sign who has a relative injury history. The rest I'm signing don't have that.
Before you give the people like a headache for the next, let me just do these super chats so I can wrap up. You will all wear Nunez. Guys, can we get 500 likes? Tom had us all leaning back after the stupid stuff that he said today. And by the way, for anyone watching this, there's 800 people in here. First of all, like the video. Second of all, as soon as this video goes offline and we're no longer live, write in the comment section more Tom Little crimes so I can add it to the video, please. You will all wear Nunez jerseys, is what Whitney's saying. Whitney, hell will freeze before I buy a Nunez jersey. Hell will freeze. Do you understand? There will be snow in hell before that happens. So, yeah. Big up to Black Dragon Ninja, who says, what fruit selling group will do is that they will renew Van Dijk, Trent, and Salah contract and will say, here is your brand new signings, and top Reds will enjoy it. I can't lie to you. Listen, we're at the level
we're at the point where we would celebrate.
I drink that copium. Give me a sour new deal right now. I'll drink it. Oh,
we're so starving right now that will actually be considered good. Like that's the reality. Big up to you, Ninja. Big up to Hamid, who says, I admire Tom's underlying optimism. We're not spending 50 million on left back. I'd rather sign their 19-year-old Spanish centre back. This summer can be dark and spooky.
Why might we not spend...
Was Husam an opportunity for 19 million, Tom?
Oh my God, Husam, this is the third time I've said it. He wanted guarantees about playing time that we couldn't give him. Do you know how many games he started? Do you know how many games he started for Bournemouth this season?
Yeah, but maybe if we sent Kwanzaa to Newcastle for the Isak deal, we would have had the
right,
game time.
It's a good point there. It's a good point.
Right, okay. So now we're doing revisionism of saying no. Now we're doing revisionism. Now we're doing revisionism.
No, but he's just saying like that's how you plan, innit?
In the summer, did anyone sat here go, you know what we need to do? We need to loan out Kwanzaa. He's not ready.
No, you know what it is. I think
no one said that. Everyone was going, he can be the backup, he can rotate with Kanate. By the time we figured out that Kwanzaa might not hack it, Husam had gone.
Because we didn't take that opportunity.
Oh my Husam, in pre-season, Kwanzaa was the starting centre back alongside Van Dijk.
Yeah.
He was a starting partner for Van Dijk. So I'm not buying this whole shit of we knew, but we just didn't do it. Husam wanted guarantees about playing time that we couldn't give him. Do you know how many games he started this season?
What about Crabber? Just answer me that. What about Crabber?
Again, the Kvaratskhelia. I wish we'd bought Kvaratskhelia, and I don't know why we didn't.
Opportunity we didn't take. Wow, we're not
opportunistic. We didn't take the opportunity, bro. We just did it, Tom. We did it.
Just own it. Fraud.
No, but hold on. You're beating me with the opportunistic stick. Whilst I haven't actually said anything about opportunistic this entire stream.
But the club's buzzword is opportunities, bro. This is what we've been told. That's the whole PR line. If there's an opportunity, Liverpool won't hesitate. We've always been like that, remember? We've always been we've always been an opportunistic type club. It's what we do. If the opportunity presents itself, Liverpool are expected to go in and try and do something.
Which it did, and we still didn't go in. That's the point.
I'm not. Why are you sitting there like I'm saying, I'm so glad we didn't go in for Kvaratskhelia. He's shit him. No, I wish we had done.
Tom, trust me, just take that.
Yeah, but that's why I'm surprised that you're not back in the club, but like you're I feel like you're making excuses as to why this didn't happen. I think you're looking for too many reasons as to why a deal didn't happen, when sometimes it can just be the club just wasn't quick enough or wasn't proactive.
I think the club weren't quick enough. But then
the club's not proactive.
I don't think I've defended. Reactive. I don't think I've defended the club with the Kvaratskhelia. So I don't understand why the fuck the brief went out. Because the brief just put more heat on the fire. If the brief hadn't come out, I don't think anyone would be reacting this way. They'll sit there going, maybe we should have gone for him. But it's the fact that it was put out there that has caused this drama. The brief shouldn't have went out. That was the big problem. The brief should not have went out. Outside of that, it is what it is.
We're not proactive, man.
Big up to Morshin who says, put me in a UFC cage with Tom. Money goes to charity. There is many people who want that opportunity. But if that opportunity ever arises, I'm going to be the first person to sign up for it. It has to be. And I agree. Give all money to charity. I don't want any money. I just want the pleasure. And please, after I'm done with Tom, please bring me Ryan to the cage. Please. Just bring me Ryan to the cage.
What? Pause. What the fuck?
Yeah. Big pause. Big pause.
Said, bring me Ryan to the cage. How's that a pause?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing sexual happens in the cage, you fraud. Big up to Ryan James, who says Osimhen was another. Oh, Osimhen is another opportunity. Yeah, that's.
I don't want Osimhen, but again, just for argument's sake, he is though. Objectively, yeah, he is actually.
Is he?
Is he not greater than Nunez? Yes or no? Is he
His price tag went from 100 million to 50 million. Oh,
again,
he's not
yes, he's better than Nunez. I could name fucking 100 strikers better than Nunez. It's not hard to name strikers better than Nunez.
All of them
but not all of them are available, Tom. Remember, you said if they're available, right?
Listen, we're gonna wrap up here, guys. Tom, you've sunk completely this thing. Anyway, big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure guys are slapping the like button on your way out. Make sure guys are subscribing. Big up to Matt. Kopish is in the description and the Matt One Show. Please go subscribe to both the channels. Go subscribe to the Sanderson Show and Kopish as well. Go subscribe to Tom Little with a 1 on YouTube, Twitter, Insta, the way X. Make sure guys go give him a subscribe. And I'm getting Rere in a UFC cage first. Hell no. I'm number 1. I have to beat the shit out of him first, and then I will let you go in if you want after. But I'm gonna make him tap. Big up to you, Ed. Thank you for the super chat. Anyway. I'm gonna be back inshallah for Liverpool Lille, and we have A-listers tonight at 11 p.m. as well. So we've got a packed schedule.
Oh fuck yeah, we play tonight.
Yeah, Lille.
Yeah,
this stream is gonna take you over to the football terrace. So spam Husam raid in the terrace chat. And this has been an elite stream where Tom Little has been defeated again. See you guys later, man. Peace out.
Love.